Hello, Beez Bladers. Welcome back and welcome newcomers to the channel. It is Friday, January 30th, 2026, and we are live at the Hive. Oh, right. We're going to talk about new knives of 2026, ones that just came out and a bunch that are about to come out. And we have two special guests, knife designers tonight that designed concept knives. Oh, snap. Yeah, you heard me. We're going to talk about some concept knives tonight. Concept, potato, however you want to say it. We're going to talk about some concept. I'm going to try to start saying concept. We'll see how that fits in. But I hope you've had a fantastic week. If not, it's the end of the week for most of us that don't have to work on the weekend. But welcome. This is a family-friendly show. We go on for 4 hours every Friday night. Minus 1 or 2 over the last 5 years. It happens. But for the most part, every Friday night, we come here, we talk about knives, flashlights, everyday carry gear, you name it, just all kinds of whatnots, mostly knives. But it's like Cheers, where everybody knows your name. And I want to give a big shout out to all of our veterans, past, present, and future. Thank you for your service. And members of law enforcement and first responders and all of our truckers out there and everybody that's working in fast food and stocking the shelves so we have food when we get a blizzard. we had a big portion of the United States had a ton of snow this past week. That was fun. That we might talk about that. I have a couple of videos of the golden retrievers playing out, and we got over a foot of snow. We broke a record in my area, so that was really cool. I love it. What's up, everybody? I hope you're having a great evening. We're gonna get right into it. We have a lot to cover. I'm really excited about the two knife designers. It's a surprise right now. It's two designers of concept knives. We'll see how that goes. Hello, Snake Plissken and Sky Racer and Kathleen. Hello, Kathleen. How you doing? And Stacy Bolsterblades is in the Hive. Heidi ho, Mr. Richard Meyer. Hello, good sir. How are you? And Bionic Ratter 38 said, it's that time. I wish I bought a snowblower. Dude. I bought a snowblower 2 years ago. Best investment ever. I'd still be out there shoveling if I hadn't got that snowblower. Oh my gosh. And I even went and dug out my son and my grandson's mom. My son and his girlfriend, they were both snowed in. The plows plowed them in, and I went over there and we got all of it cleared out. I'm telling you what, that Easy Go snowblower that I have, chef's kiss. That thing is awesome. Mr. Miller, Jim Miller's been a member for 33 months with a super chat. Hello, Mr. Miller, sir, and Mr. All Access Beez. He said, hello, Beez Bladers. Dude, how the heck are you, Jim? How are you, Jim? I'm a doctor, not a pool man. What's up, Top Dog? Top Dog 8762's in the Hive. Gunner said, we just got ice, lots and lots of ice. Dude, we still have about 10 inches, 8, 9, 10 inches of snow on the ground. You know, it compacts after a while, but it was the funnest thing ever. And my work, we never call off work, right? We actually didn't have work. There was a level 3 snow emergency. I love the snow. I'm all about it. I love me some snow. And as soon as StreamYard catches up, I'll put your guys' super chats up there. But it's I don't know. It's slow. We're a little shy. Serious Mike's been a member for 6 months with a super chat. He said, woohoo! Hope everyone had a great week. Heck yeah, dude. Well, I'm StreamYard. You need to catch yourself up because I can't put anybody's stuff up there until you catch up. Bomb Cyclone incoming here, said Zinder Stovall. Gunner said, dude, Waffle House was closed in Texas. Wow. Jim Miller said, I got a banged up shoulder. Makes it hard to use my tablet. Oh. Richard Meyer said, we might get flurries here in Tampa Bay area of Florida tomorrow night, some morning. Bionic said, I bet Big Puppy loves it. Dude, the only thing about the snow is we can't get the puppy to come inside. He loves it so much. Rebel Rouser's been a member for 10 months with a super chat. He said, hello, bees, and to the entire Hive. Keep the honey warm. Thank you, Rebel Rouser. My StreamYard it's just sitting there. It's not giving me any new comments. It hasn't given me a new comment in like 7 minutes. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know how to get it to refresh. William said, I hope the government doesn't shut down again. I'm so tired of this. Bionic said, Waffle House closing anywhere should be illegal. Yeah, that should not be allowed on any level. Should a Waffle House ever be allowed to close? I mean, or to shut down? What are you talking about? Bionic said exactly, Beez. Big dogs love the snow. Well, here's the thing: is Berkeley. He goes out and does his business, and he might play around just a couple minutes, and then he's ready to come back in. But Bogart, that dude, he thinks he's a Siberian Husky. He really does. He refuses. He's like, dude, I'm not coming in. You're not going to make it happen. He won't allow it. I'm trying to get StreamYard to catch up. I don't know what the problem is. What's up, Seppy Dog? Tim Titus, hello. Rebel Browser, hello. We'll get this ball rolling. If only I could get StreamYard to start showing my chat. It's stuck at 818. I'm tempted to refresh my stream. You know what? I'm going to refresh my stream. We'll see what happens because I can't put anything up there. Miranda said the mail ran for the first time today since the storm. I have not received mail in a week. I even went out there with the snowblower and made a big swath path to my mailbox, but I've had no mail for a week. So I'm guessing, has your deer visited lately? Not the big deer. He hasn't visited. So I'm going to refresh and we'll see what happens. Ready? Here we go. Changes may not be saved. All right. Let's see if that helped get any of the, I think that might have gave us some super chats. We might be back in business. Oh yeah. Okay. Now, whatever I did, it worked. As long as you guys can hear me. Beez down. Ryder said. Okay. Now I can go back. Here we go. Mr. Jim Miller with a 33-month super chat. And then we have Serious Mike said, woohoo. Hope everyone had a great week with a 6-month super chat. And then Ratter said, hello, Beez, to the entire hive. Keep the honey warm with a 10-month super chat. I feel much better now that I can put the super chats up on the screen. I don't know. Top Dog said, my mailman is a champ. Never missed a delivery, even in a foot of snow. Well, our mailman drives. Our mail carriers drive. So I don't know what the problem is. Richard Myers has been a member for 20 months with a super chat. Dude, I'm loving it. Feels so good to be back in the hive. I'm telling you, it killed me last week being away from the hive. Papa Jiggly, what's up, Papa Jiggly? Matthew said, my Blade HQ order to Colorado, they ship from Virginia, has taken over a week to ship. I think they had power outages. So much for neither rain nor sleet nor dead of night, said Shawmat. Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, here in Ohio, here in our area, in Southwest Ohio, we broke the all-time recorded record of snowfall in 24 hours. At the airport, it was 12 point something inches. Now here at our house, I think we got closer to 14 inches of snow, but I think officially it was just over a foot of snow in 24 hours. Unheard of. So awesome. Justin said, Beez, did you make any long SHOT Show content? No, I did not. I did not get to do much content at all. I spent 95% of my time at the Remette booth, covering the reins, holding the reins, right? This wasn't a wander around show for me, so I barely got to see any of SHOT Show at all. And quite honestly, if you got to spend 4 days roaming SHOT Show, you would not see it all. It is too gigantic. They literally have a map, so you can find your way from one booth to another. It's almost like a Google map to find your way to booths. It's crazy how big SHOT Show is. I mean, it's hard to describe just how big it is. Raybo's been a member for 20 months with a super chat. Just want Beez to see Raybo. Raybo. 20 months. Oh, you guys are awesome. You're so much fun. What's up, lion, not a sheep? Hey, man, how you doing? Bionic said, Rebel, what's up? Aries EDC? Hello, Aries. Hello, sir. How are you, good sir? I'm pumped. Here's a little teaser for the next hour. In less than an hour, we're going to have Left Concepts on, otherwise known as Mr. Ryan Rimmer, who designed. What did he design? You guys tell me. It's a concept. Justin Pauly said somebody is selling a Remette Steed on Blade Binge for $235 or something. Dude, the Remette Steed is it is an awesome knife. If you want to go see the new Remette knives, here is a link. Remette has, man, they are world class without a doubt. They sell such good stuff. It's crazy what Remette has to offer. And what they have coming is nuts. It's just absolute nuts. And then something that, does anyone know what knife dropped today? A knife dropped today. Rebel Rouser said, I got the Remette Steed earlier this week. Absolute killer design. Absolutely, man. You know it. Yeah, hey, and here's something else. If you guys ever go get a Remette, go to any of my recent videos and use my Remette link. Show Beez and Remette some love by using my link. Just keep that in your head for the future. If you're ever going to buy knives, just go to the last long form video that I post and look in the links and use my link. You don't have to, but it'd be appreciated. Was it blue and black drop, said Top Dog? Yes, sir. It absolutely was. It was this dude right here. If you're a Vero fan, here's the Vero. What is it? The Avid 2? The Avid 2 dark mode. But there's more versions. There's that mode, but you can also get the Avid 2, 6 different variants just dropped today on Blade HQ. So that, if you want to check out Blade HQ, the 6 different variants, I just put both links in the chat. You can go check them up, check them out. What is it? The Revo? It was close. The Vero Engineering. Avid 2. Now, Vero are usually a lot more expensive. So what they did was they dialed it down just a little bit. They gave you some G10 with titanium liners, full back spacer. But this blade steel, S45VN blade steel, baby. That's what I'm talking about. There's so many knives coming out. BMX said that's a sweet knife. Bionic said, Vero, that's what I meant. I didn't like the Avid 2. I'll take the 1. I don't even know what the 1 looks like. El Medicine said it looks like a train. I know it does. To me, it kind of looks like a sperm whale or a train. It's a beast. You definitely won't poke yourself with it. That's as sheep-footy as sheep's foot gets. Right there. I'll tell you what. Stacy said, sweet, Rebel, thanks. Shaw Matt said, still drooling over the Remette with the inserts in the blade. I will make one mine if I have to mortgage my house. Yeah, dude, I'm hoping they name it what I suggested. We'll see. I like the name Scepter. I don't know if they'll go for it or not, but that's what I went for. Ratter said, not a fan of the blade. I like having a point. Well, yeah, that's why you carry more than one knife, right? You carry this one for having the flat blunt point and then another one with a drop point. The one has a drop point on the drop point tip on the blade. Okay. Miranda said it looks like the Switch 2 Joy-Con. Yeah, so there's the new Vero, and this is the dark mode that you can get at bladebinge.com. Have a little bit of stuff going on, probably from being outside and playing in the snow with 0 degree temperatures, sub-zero. Bionic said, I'm still loving hard on my Devo Saloons and Growler X out that I bought. Heck yeah, dude. I'm all about both of those, dude. Mr. Steinman has been a member for 10 months with a super chat. He said, MC twisted my arm, forced me to buy one of those new Hinderer small halfback. I got the USA made, Blades exclusive, all titanium with anodized topo map. Ooh, no, you didn't. Thomas Gates said it looks like a pry bar. And you know what? It has one of the inline back flippers. It's a chunky looking fella. It has a front flipper, a back flipper, and what do you call it? The fuller. So this flipper is inline, doesn't stick out, but still works very well. Lion said, just bought the RMX drop point in M390 yesterday, along with the Elite Field Sharpener. Pretty stoked about it. Dude, congratulations on that, man. Gunner said, I don't know what I did, but my Instagram feed is full to the brim with coffee videos. Rebel Rouser said, I'm carrying 3 knives currently. Shaw Matt said, Scepter would be cool. I do have all of those knives from Remette. Most of them are upstairs. Let's see, Remette. This will take you to the site. If you guys want to see the new Remette knives, this will take you there. Want to take you there. If you want to go check out the new Steed, which this is a hot topic. This is a hot item right here. I mean, this thing, oh my gosh. You can use this link right here to get you to Remette knives. You can, this version, you can, I just put a link in the chat. That'll take you to the Swordfish. But then if you put in Steed, Remette Steed, they still have this variant, whereas Remette's website does not. And this knife is, oh my gosh. It's the best button lock, or it's the best, what do you call it? Frame actuated frame lock that's actuated by a button. The best and smoothest I've ever felt. They rounded off the edges. Look at that. They're crowned. They didn't chamfer them. They flat out crowned the edges and rounded them off. It is so extremely comfortable. You can choke up on it. Oh my gosh, it is unreal. Gunner said, so many espresso drinks I need to try. Just waiting on Amazon to deliver that pound of La Lava to get here and try them out. Dinthust said, fan of everything except G10 and standard tie being the only scale options. I'm sure there will be more versions to come. Denim micarta with satin blade, perhaps. Ooh, yeah, I'm all about that. Bionic said that thing is gorgeous, Beez. Knife Monkey's been a member for 2 months with a super chat. What's up, Knife Monkey? Waiting on you to pop up. James said, still waiting on my roommate WD 107 with colorful carbon fiber, ordered it in November. What? Your roommate WD 107? How is that possible that hasn't shown up, dude? Have you emailed them? Big John said, not sure why I renew my membership. I don't know. Sometimes they don't automatically do it and people have to do it on purpose. What's up, Mitten State Modders? Is that what I'm seeing there? Somebody said Mitten. Cheers. What's up, Bradley? How are you, good sir? Let's see. I got to pay attention to my time. Here. See, there's so many knives we didn't get to talk about because we didn't get a live stream. Here is one. Listen, this is the best knife ever released by O-Knife. I just put a link in the chat. This new O-Knife Zen it's all that in a bag of chips. It is that. There are so many good knives out right now, but this thing is all that in a bag of chips. It is so good. Look at this thing. Oso's been a member for 16 months with a super chat. And I'm still waiting on StreamYard to catch up. Oso said, greetings, Snow Bunnies. Greetings. Top Dog said, yeah, that is a looker for O-Knife. Dude, it really, it rings all the bells and all the whistles. Like I have the three I have three other variants of the O-Knife Zen. This one is by far the best. Here are the three previous versions. I believe the two bottom ones here are still available. And that link I just put up on the screen. These two here, I'm not sure if this one is still available. These are all good, but for an everyday carry that is super lightweight, dude, this thing is so light. Has that really nice looking carbon keybrae. It's just like a perfect EDC. And I can't remember what the blade steel on this. I can't remember it. Unobtainium. Does that say M390? What does that say? I can't read it. I cannot even read what that says. So many amazing knives. Great time to be a knife junkie, said Mitten. You got that right, Mr. F. Brian F. Sir. Trying to read what it says. I'm going to have to put on some reading glasses. I'm trying to remember. It seems like it's S45VN. I cannot read it. I don't know if my screen, if we can get it up on the camera or not. Let's try to get it on the camera. I want to know. I'm thinking it's S45VN. Here, I'm putting it in the chat. If somebody wants to look it up for me, that'll be easier. There you go. There's a link to it. Let's see. I thought it was on there somewhere. CPM, does that say S45? I cannot read that. Can't read that. There we go. S45VN. Thank you, Mark. Oh my gosh. Lion said, also picked up a Nebo Redline, 1800 lumens, and the thing is pretty bad arse. Stacy Bolster Blades has been a member for 51 months with a super chat. She said, hey there, each and every one of you. Sorry if I missed something. Busy. Love y'all. Let's have fun. Tom said, hey, I missed a couple travel and then the plague, but I'm back. Well, dude, I'm glad you're back. So S4, oh, you know what? I always forget I can take a picture with my phone and blow it up. I was like, what? Why am I struggling? I can always take a picture. Take a picture to last longer. Let's see. If I can make the flash automatic. We're struggle bussing. Yeah, sometimes my eyes don't want to eye. Yeah, there we go. Confirmed. S45VN blade steel. Oh my gosh. It is so comfortable. I mean, man. It's so good. Cameras on your phone are always a great way to see the mini print on knives. Yeah, exactly, Brian F. Sometimes I forget stuff. Raybo said, I think my chat is broken. The camera is hard to use, Top Dog said. My girlfriend loves your channel and is here alive in the hive. All right. Hello, Ed's Blades and Ed's Blades girlfriend. Hello, girlfriend. Everybody sitting back and relaxing and having a snack or two or a drink. Finally got my Hell Dorado and Cochise. They're both really nice. Anyone else pick up a Hell Dorado? Said Papa Jiggly. Oh, here's another one. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to get all these out there for you guys to see. Where has this company been? Here's a link to this one. Here's the Pinrose Knives Otarita. I have two variants to show you. Look at this dude. I mean, would you look at that? Just look at it. Look at that milling. I mean, would you just look at it? How's that for some milling? What's up, Vu? Vu's in the hive. I miss Vu already. Trying to fix dinner while I watch, said Tim Titus. Bionic just poured a whiskey and a soda. Just ran to Food City and got some adult beverages ready for some knife action, said Thomas Wheeler. Sensei said, I'm taking apart and living my pivot, my paramilitary 2 while watching. Very nice. Very, very nice. Said another moderator handled this. It's like a thumbprint, said Mintac. Look at this dude. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. The milling. Oh, yeah. Look at that milling. I mean, would you just look at it? Just look at it. Do you have a serpentine laying around? Beez, Rumor had her last boosters today. She's growing up too quick. Dude, how old is Rumor now? Oh, yeah, I have a few videos I'll share with you guys a little later of the dogs outside when they first went out into the snow. And Puppy, or Bogart, he was bounding. Like, he had to bound because it was up to his chest, almost. Got my Pinrose Reserve Tux last week. Love it so far. Feels good in hand, said Rebel Rouser. There's the regular version, and then here is the black version. It has the same milling. It's a little hard to see. Can't remember what the blade still is on this one. I don't know. I put a link in the chat. Bogey's the best, said Bionic. There's the link. That should be a link to the Pinrose knives. Code Beez10 will get you 10% off. What's up, Sean Naff? He said, I'm late, was putting pizza in the oven. Heck yeah, dude. We had pizza tonight. Mintac said, like the silver titanium look on that knife. Is that G10 or titanium? This one is titanium. It's just not very bright. Kind of like me. Get some more light on there. Maybe a little bit. There we go. Now, there you go. Look at that. There's your milling. Just needed some more light on that action. And look at this on the edge with a $10 super chat. He said, hello, everybody. Good to see you all. And very, very good to be here. Missed you, Beez. Working on some stuff in Photoshop. Going to start making stickers tomorrow with new Cricut machine. Ooh, dude, that will be fun. Heck yeah, dude. Have fun with the Cricut, man. A $10 hair super chat. The first $10 hair super chat of the evening. Matthew Hebert's been a member for 5 months with a super chat. Matthew Hebert, been a member for 5 months, said, got a Vosteed Raccoon Tie Slim S35VN, easily knife of the year so far. It's so good. Dude, I have that knife right here. Right there. I have a mountain, and this is a good thing. I have a mountain of knives to review. I was gone for a week and came home to a mountain of knives, and then since I got home and all the snow, they keep rolling in. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Let's see. What am I looking for here? I think I know what I'm looking for. I know what I'm looking for. Here you go. Follow this link. This will take you to the new Vosteed, to at least some of them. Dog One said, hey, On, how's the winter? Bionic said, I'll bet Mrs. Beez is glad you're back too, buddy. Yeah, I think she's glad to have me back. The quiet probably killed her. She probably didn't know what to think of all the quiet around here. Mentac said, just picked up the Kaiser Madrak with turbo backspacer, vortex swirl, beautiful knife. Road King said, we will get snow showers and 25 degrees here in Tampa. Crazy. Yeah, I bet that is crazy for you. Here we've had minus temperatures. at nighttime. We've had a lot of right now it is a calm and crispy 11 degrees. 11. Matthew said, "Free the raccoon." I know, dude. I know. By the time I get it out of the box and the video up, they'll be gone. Help with Gadgets said, supposed to start snowing overnight here in upstate South Carolina. 17 degrees in eastern Kentucky. That's crazy. What's up, Dark Ginger? Hello, sir. Oh, yeah, there's the stuff right there. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, wow. Just looking at some stuff. Mick Ranger said, I made a huge pot of fresh veggie soup for the house. Dude, I like veggie soup as long as it has beef in it. Does that still make it veggie soup? I love it with, put some beef tips in there. Vu, are you settled back in, man? Papa Jiggly said, Beez, wait, it's 11 there? How is it warmer north of me? It's 5 here. I don't know, dude. I don't know. 7 degrees feels like -6, said FZ Toy. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Got you all beat. It's -65 a couple of weeks ago here in Tok, Alaska. Wow. Tok, Alaska. -65. Wee Pocket Fiddler said a week ago we had -40 with wind chill. I know we got to like -20 something wind chill the over the past week, but I think that was the coldest I heard. Blinker fluid engaged. Minnesota, the home of frozen everything. Bradley said we were hoping for maybe 6 to 7 inches in upstate South Carolina. Been a long time since we had that much. Dinthust said, my favorite vegetable is grass-fed beef. I hear ya. Henry said, I'm so ready to start complaining about the heat and humidity. Vu said, I'm kind of settled, still doing the work from the week, but I am sick. Been sick for 3 days now. Oh, no, dude. You have the cold thing going on like that? Raybo said, Beez, do you have a concept Gilgamesh? Yes, I do. It's sitting there brand new in the box still. I will be filming that one this weekend. Ryder said it's 3 degrees in Northeast Ohio right now, better than -13-ish. We have been having at night lately. Chris and Selman said it was 65 in Las Vegas today. Yeah, it was in the 60s in Las Vegas last week when I was there. Bionic said, I'll be in native Wisconsin in a few weeks, and it's been -10 below for several weeks now. Jeez. FZ Toy said, I have 2 feet of snow plus in my backyard currently from the last 4 snows. Dude. FZ Toy said, had to use a snowblower to make paths so the dogs could go. I did the same thing for my dogs. I took the snowblower through the round in the backyard. James said, the sky is clear as a bell here. Beautiful moon, 11 degrees. Feels like to wind chill. 2 in Southwest Michigan. I like the weather report. I like what we're doing here. This is fun. We should all do all of us like the weather report. Hey, you guys were asking about this the last time that we were live. Now I can show it to you. Here's a link. I have 10% off if they're still available. And I don't think I showed it to you. Maybe I did, but look at this. This is the Flightanium theory. Would you look at that? I mean, just look at it and all of its Flightanium theoriness. Dark Ginger said, had my first student flight today. Flying is a whole new world. A whole new world. Thomas, oh my gosh, this thing is so incredibly smooth. Vu, you're the best. I got to get to Blade Show one day to meet you, said Mick Ranger. It's 21 in Franklin, Kentucky. Yeah, this is go. There you go. Look at that, dude. Flightanium. Where's the comment video? Barrett Carter said the comment video is right at the top of the description of this live stream. It's 19 in Grayson County, Kentucky. Yeah, so there's the Flightanium theory. Look at that. Pretty nice, pretty nice. I like the blade on it, like the shape of it. It's so smooth. They produced a theory. Wouldn't that make it a practice? Yeah, exactly. Bionic said, I want the budget Flightanium knife. Oh, yeah. I have that one on the table over there. What's it called? The Thug or no, I can't remember what it's called. The Beefcake or something like that. The Beef, maybe. And then let's see. And then this one here this one is pretty impressive. This is the Tenable knives. I can't remember the name of it. It might be the Heron, maybe. Here's a link. This one is pretty nice. I like the shape of it, like the blade shape, like the handle has. These are not titanium, they're aluminum. How much for that one in that one, Beez, in your hand? The theory, I don't know. I don't remember. Let's see. Whoo, 20 CV blade steel. I bet this one's close to 2 hundo. I'm thinking it's probably in the upper 1 hundos. I have 10% off. Click more below the title and then click on the first video to enter the giveaway. There you go. Dark Ginger had it. You always click the word more, and that's how you get to all my links and all of the videos. No, the other budget Flightanium knife is AUS 10 and Zettel handles. What is Zettel? Miranda Keith said, I'm in a Council Bluff, Iowa for the moment. It's 10 degrees, dropping to -4 by midnight. $195 here. So take just about 20 bucks off of that. So $175 here with my code for that bad boy with 20 CV. I like seeing some 20 CV blade steel. This is just what's in my brain. I prefer 20 CV over M390, even though I think they're almost identical, just because I know 20 CV, I could be wrong, 20 CV is easier to get the heat treat right than M390. Maybe I'm wrong. Zettel is plastic. Sorry, said Bionic. Arcade. Oh, the arcade. Yeah, the arcade is fire. I have the Mr. Fancy Pants arcade. I had that out today messing with it. That thing is awesome. Barrett Carter said 86 in San Diego today. Wow. Thomas Gates said, I wished it would snow here. That would be cool. 5 degrees, -5 in Lock Haven, Pennsylvania. Arcade is butter and better, said Experience Precision. Dude, this knife is really good. Thomas said, I have all Flightaniums except the Balisong. I have the Balisong fidget toy from Flightanium. You keep that 86. I don't want it, said Stacy. The arcade. Yes, thanks, Mick, said Bionic. Here's the titanium version of the arcade, and then you can get colored versions of the arcade. And I believe they might have 2 different blade shapes. Something is telling me they might. Or maybe, I don't know if they're all Tonto or not. Is S45 or S35 better? I know it's a complicated question usually, said Bradley Swaney. I think S45 might have a little better, edge retention? Brederson said, yo, Beez and Bladers, what's up, man? Golly, time's going by fast. Let's see. Let me put my extra camera up here. Browser can't access your device. Try restarting your browser or computer. Extra camera. There we go. Okay, now I have my extra browser. And then S45EN, I believe, is a little better than S35EN for sure. It has something, it maybe tighter, what you call it. I can't think right now. I'm multitasking in my brain because I know we have a guest coming here in 20 minutes. Mark Dodson said, can't tell any difference between S35VN or S45VN. 45 is 10 more VNs. Yeah, see? Exactly. There's your answer. Let's see. So, for all you folks that wanted a Remette swordfish, but they were too pricey, now you can get one $100 cheaper. I just put a link. This was one of the hits. This was one of those knives hardly anybody could pass up when they came to the Remette booth. And a lot of the people that walked up to the booth at SHOT Show, they were gun guys and didn't know anything about knives. They would pick this up and push the button and couldn't figure out why the knife didn't come flying out because they know what OTFs are. And I said, it's a gravity knife. And they'd go, oh. And then they would proceed to stand there going like this. Let me see. Looking up something real quick. Give me just a second. I'm going to give you something really cool here. Okay. Hold on. Because you might not know that this is available. Somebody just said they like the Remette Steed with the blue carbon fiber handles. That is where you can get them. I just put a link in the chat where this is still available. This dude right here. Because this is sold out on Remette's site. But I just sent you a link where you can get this. This is one of the best knives of 2026, hands down. It's just that good. It's just so good. Hello, puppy. Well, I thought he was going to come up and say hi. Maybe not. I'm going to put some droppy drops in. These drops last a little longer. That's so sick. It really is. It's a frame lock, and they didn't chamfer the scales. They straight out crowned them. Look at that. Look how, I mean, can you imagine how comfortable this is? Look, it's rounded up top and rounded down here. It is so incredibly comfortable. And then you have this flat spot up here to put your thumb that is so comfortable. And then you have all this real estate down here for your index finger to choke up. It is just, oh my gosh, the best action on a button actuated frame lock I've ever experienced. I mean, it's that good. Here's a link where you can get this one still. It's sold out on Remette's site. It has a place that makes it the way the pocket, the way that the thumb studs are. This is the back side. Look, your finger, your middle finger, I don't know if you guys can see, it makes all of this easy room to get your middle finger to do a reverse flick. Do you have a discount code for Remette? I use Beez 10 and it doesn't work. No, they give discount codes sometimes, but I don't have like a standing one. Vu said the retailer should have them now. Yes, here's a retailer that has this version. They have several versions at that link I just sent you. Vu said, I am not sure when they restock. Hope it went well, Steven. I've been there before, said Bionic. Yeah, hope your hand surgery went well. I am multitasking again. Hold on. Yep, I got that going on. Let's go check this out real quick so we won't forget before the night's over. Look at a little bit of blade binge action. See what's going over here on the binge. Obviously, you can go to get the dark mode. So the Vero Avid 2 is still available. That's the dark mode. It's still there. So if you want the dark mode, it's available. Here's a link on your screen right now to the dark mode where I'm looking. But I also have a link to where you can get 6 different variants of the Avid 2. And I'm putting that link in the chat. Hello, puppy. Hi, puppy. Come on, puppy. Come on. Hello, puppy. Oh. We have here a freshly bathed English cream golden retriever. Would you just look at him? He smells so good. He smells so good. He's a clean puppy. He's been having so much fun in the snow all week, and he just got a bath today. Got his nails did. Got his hair did. He's all freshened up. He's got his tags on. Because he's just a baby. He's so nice and clean. So fresh and so clean. Dog 1 said, Bogey, it's me, 1. Oof. The dark mode steed is fire, said Sonia. The puppy just wanted to say hello. Flightanium Theory, 10% code is up on your screen. We have here a very clean and laundered golden Mr. Bogey. Oh, he heard a dog go. He heard big guy go walking across the upstairs. Let's see. Vero. Let's see what you guys are seeing. Make sure you guys, okay. So this is Blade Binge. Let's see who's on page 1 of Marketplace. Let's see. Kubi Silo, brand new in box. Look at the blade on that dude. Holy cow. There's a Manix 2 in 15V for $290. Woo! M8 Clista, brand new in the box. Kato Mini Griffin, $179. It's a pupper. Give me a wet pet smooch. Heretic Knives Custom Wraith. Whoo, mama, 19 hundo. There's a Remette Meteor for $220. The Meteor is such a good knife. There's a Meteor version 2 out now. Hey, I know you guys that go on Instagram. Where is it? Is it TikTok? TikTok. I see some dude trying to sell $30 Benchmades. I really want to go in the comments and say, you got to stop, bro. You just got to stop. Chris and Selman said Heretic is sweet. Dude, they do have some crazy stuff. Kaiser Drop Bear. Oh, this one glows. There's a glow in the dark drop bear for $55. That's pretty good. It's not too shabby. Cold Steel Engage. That's a great knife. $60 here for a Cold Steel Engage. El Medicine said blatant scamming. Yeah, dude keeps on posting videos on TikTok of like $30 Benchmades or whatever. I'm like, bro, really? Heretic Knives Medusa Magna Cut Antique Blue Titanium, $570. I got to meet a couple dudes from Heretic Knives at SHOT Show. They were really nice dudes. Benchmade Custom Bug Out, $265. Mini Rancher Desert Tan Serrated Bear Ops by Bear & Son. Alliance Design Corbin Steel. Never heard of that one. Pretty nice looking knife. TikTok is such a joke, and $30 is even jokier. I'm not a BM fan, but 30 is, oh, I know. $30. Yeah, $30 Benchmade. I'm like, man, you should be embarrassed. I hope you're using a fake account. There's a Kaiser Strike for $120. That's a nice little small knife. What's up, Crawford Jason? Greetings, my excellent friends. Been a long day, he said. Bought a fake shaman. Maddening, said Dog One. Heretic Medusa V3. Some of those heretic knives, the way they do that. What is that called when they make it look like a cartoon? I think it looks pretty neat. Vu is planning another trip to China March 2 through the 13th. Wow, dude. A Hawk Talon, Vosteed Raccoon. Look, there's the Raccoon Tie Slim on Blade Binge already. That knife, like literally, what? It's been out not even a week. That knife has not been out that long. The Tie Slim for 160 is already on Blade Binge. I see. That's how you do it. You just go to Blade Binge. Someone will get the knife and then flip it twice and say, "Okay, I'm selling it." Oh my gosh. Vu said, "I will be back for Texas." Vu's moving and grooving. There's another Raccoon Tie Slim. Oh my gosh. We'll come back to Blade Binge. We will return. Wow, screen's bright tonight. Mark Durr's been a member for 1 month with a super chat. He said, "Greetings, fellow Hive members." It says 1 month, but it's been a bunch. It has been a bunch more than that for Mark Durr. It's just sometimes the re-upping goes awry. Jeff said, "Big Red sent me a surprise Kubi Momentum as well as an Olight Baton." Dude, that is awesome. Justin Pauly said, "Are Amazon Spyderco good?" Yes. All you have to do is look at the seller. That's all you got to do. I've bought a few Spydercos. A Spyderco, look at the price, and if the price is appropriate, then look at the seller, and that'll answer your questions right there. Usually, if it's a seller, it'll be an online knife retailer. It won't be just some place. Yeah, you'll get the real deal, definitely. Mark Durr got you up there with your super chat. And then MC Soggy Bottom, welcome to Scout Bees with a super chat. Re-up. Shaw Matt said, "A pew pews catch your eye while you were working out." I mean, yeah, I saw some firearms while I was there. We had firearms right across from our booth, but I didn't really get to check out any firearms or anything. I managed to go to like 4 or 5 booths, knife booths, the whole time, and that was it. I didn't really get to do more than that. Plus, my bones were hurting and my hip wasn't cooperating, and I was walking around like an old man. I swear to Pete. Raccoon Tactical's been a member for 13 months with a super chat. He said, "I love my Vosteed Slim Tycoon." Bionic said, "How about at the booth you worked? Any cool knives that stood out to you?" Oh yeah, dude. The Vosteeds, man, they stood out like crazy. I brought home several. A couple that were at the booth were these dudes right here. You can now get the Swordfish and aluminum scales, an S35 VN blade steel, $100 cheaper than you could the titanium version. So if the titanium was out of reach for you, there's now several variants of this dude right here. And you can get the blue. They have the nice looking blue. Look at that. Beez, did you see the Honey Badger gun Grail City? I did not. Mick Ranger said, "I bought my Manix 2 from Amazon. It was legit. The seller was Spyderco." Yeah. Nice. I like the blue one I saw, said Bionic. Vu said, "I should be wandering around and chilling randomly at booths. I think I will make home base Gecko Customs booth," said Vu. Yep, Vu's going to be at Blade Show, Texas. I'm going to go shut the upstairs door because Bogart, man, on days when he gets groomed, he is a pill. he just is a pill. I don't know if he gets to see the lady dogs while he's there and he gets all hyped up, but he is always hyped up. Remette gifted 5 beezblades memberships with a super chat. What's up, Remette? They must have heard me talking about him. Look at that dude. Sean Knapp said there's an all black one I'm eyeballing. Let's see who got them. Mr. B knows. Brederson, Abby Normal, Miranda Keith, Kevin Smith, and Knives all received memberships by Remette. Don't block the big puppy. I had to block him for now. Do people like the aluminum handle version of the swordfish? I do. It's lighter. And the sound is really good. Richard Meyer said 165 for the blue one. I tried to get 2 that were 135. Let me put in cart and set out of stock. It's Bogey's doggy sibling bigger than him. Yeah. His brother is bigger than him. Let's see. 909. Vu said, I like the aluminum swordfish. Yeah, me too. Here is where you can check out the aluminum versions of the swordfish. Let me see. Swordfish. Here are all versions of the swordfish right there on your screen. And then if you want to get the swordfish at Blade HQ, here is where you can get them at Blade HQ. Can you whip it out? Yeah, you can flick it out if you want to. You can go like that. Remette, when will you release that knife with a Timascus in the blade? Oh yeah, the one that Remette, the knife that I called the Scepter. When will that come out? Remette, people want to know. Can you whip it or flick it out? Which is a question in isolation. Geeky. What? Vu said it is released or in the process. I don't know. I need Remette to start notifying me when knives are being released, because I find out after, like, sometimes I'll find out 2 or 3 weeks after a new knife is released on Remette. I need them to start notifying me. Hey, Vu, will you put in a good word? I'll get a knife from Remette and I won't even know that 3 other knives have released. There are some retailers going to receive them, said Vu. Vu said, I know someone. So we're about to have a guest, people. Here. Vu, are you going with the Scepter? I like the name of Scepter for it. Is there anyone in here that would like to have a chat? Paul's been a member for 41 months with us. Super chat. Mr. Paul, sir. He said, happy Friday, Beez family. Feeling under the weather, so let's see how long I'll hang out tonight. Just wanted to say hello to the family. Well, thanks for stopping by, Mr. Paul, sir. Is there anyone in here that would like to meet the designer of this knife? The Concept Quattro? Any yeses in here? Would anyone like to talk to and meet the designer, like right now? We have a famous knife designer that may just stop in to say hello. I know the answer is yes. So without further ado, Mr. Ryan Rimmer from Left Concepts is going to come in and say hello. Hello, sir.
What's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
Thanks for coming on.
Of course. Of course.
I was at SHOT Show and Concept was like, hey, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, sure, I'm not home. Let me see if I can figure this out.
Well, I appreciate you having me on here, man. This is the first time I've done a live thing on YouTube. So
really?
Yeah. It's surprising, right? I know.
Yeah, it is. Like a famous guy from Luft, you know.
Oh, Dude, I'm just a guy.
Dude, I showed, I don't know if I got to show these. I do a live stream every Friday night.
Yeah.
And I don't think I got to show this because last week I was in Vegas at SHOT Show. But dude, this thing, oh my gosh. Do you have all your versions there with you?
I have two.
Okay.
So we got the warning.
Oh man. Yeah.
So I'll talk about these if you allow me to, and then I have my favorite, the Hawk Bill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So this one, I love this one.
Any story behind it, or is it just was like you were sitting down drawing?
So the QTRO, first of all,
is it Quattro or QTRO?
You're right on both accounts. So when Luft Concepts started, just a quick backstory. When I was working with Jake Wright of Bearded Gear, we became friends and started designing knives because of our love of German air-cooled Porsches and just generally German cars. And so a lot of our design language comes from taking lines from different German automotive companies. Basically anything in the Volkswagen Auto Group is fair game.
Okay.
So when we were designing this knife, we were designing the QTRO, we knew this was going to be our largest knife to date. And so we're like, okay, large knife, it's feeling off-road. And so we're like, well, Quattro's all-wheel drive. Sure, that sounds great. It was as simple as that.
QTRO. I was calling Quattro. So
yeah, I guess definitely.
Well, I guess with any knife, it's pretty much, I'll call it something. Someone else will call it something. Designer called it something else. And it's like, hey, as long as people know what the knife is,
Oh, definitely. Yeah, man.
So, we're gonna have some fun. I hardly ever have guests because believe it or not, my 4-hour live stream, dude, it goes so fast. By the time we've talked about all the knives, like these are not even all the knives that were on the channel the last week. It's just by the time we do that, and then we do a pizza check, and Mrs. Beez comes down, and the dog comes down, and then we ended up we talked for 15 minutes about how cold it is everywhere and snow. And dude, it goes, and it's midnight, and then I'm giving away knives and stuff.
Sounds fun, man. I wish I could stay longer,
I know. Well, we're gonna make this a party before you leave.
I love that.
Let's introduce Mr. Caveman ED&C himself, Jesse Pauley. He is the one who designed the caveman, the concept caveman, Mr. Jesse Pauley. What's up, man?
What's going on?
What's up, Jesse?
Nice to meet you guys.
We have two famous knife designers in here.
Yeah, stop tossing that famous word around, man.
I mean, it's fun when you say it like that.
Sure. Okay, you can have it.
All right,
it's stressful.
It's stressful. So here's two of the knives we're talking about.
Yeah.
There's your favorite, and then there's your favorite. Wait, well, let me ask you this, Jesse. Which version is your favorite of the different versions?
Well, it's kind of funny because when they told me they were doing rose gold is what they called it, I fought them the whole time because I didn't want rose gold, and that one actually ended up being my favorite because it's more bronze. Like soon, once you handle it and touch it, it's a nice clean bronze.
That's gorgeous, man.
Yeah, and
rock pattern.
I don't know if you know the history or whatever. The original one, the thumb stud was in the wrong place, and I told them that when they sent me the prototype, and it got kind of lost in translation or whatever happened there, but it still works fine. It's just not exactly how I knew it could be. And then now that they've moved it, it's night and day difference. So.
How about you, Ryan? Like when you got your prototype, was it difficult, easy? How was it getting it like dialed in? Like you sent into design, and then you're like, what's coming back?
So this was the first licensed design that Luff did ever. So the process was kind of like, we don't want to upset too many people, right? But we're like, okay, we want to get this off the ground. Let's see what they're saying. So when this knife was originally designed, it was a frame lock. And about 6 months of back and forth, going through designs, talking about materials. They come back and they're like, so we have this new lock style that we want to add here. And what do you think of it? And I was like, it's not my favorite, but I hadn't experienced, a concept version of this at all. So I was like, you know what? If this is new for you and this is going to be a new knife for you, what the heck? Just know concept that I want a frame lock at some point. So, I worked on with that. That was really the only compromise that I had with them.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough though, because when you change the entire locking mechanism of your design, kind of had to go. I had to go back and forth and be like, so what if we decide to keep the frame lock? And they kind of gave me the impression that it's not exactly what they wanted me to say.
Well, you know what though? Here's something about concept.
Yeah.
Concept, whatever. Is when they put out a knife and they sell enough of them, they put out a different lock.
Yeah.
Like the Finrose has it has a liner lock, a frame lock, a button actuated frame or liner lock, a crossbar lock.
It has every lock.
It has every lock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I did hear from them, and they did say that they are planning on doing a frame lock of this at some point. Maybe it's the second run. So that's cool. But honestly, the crossbar, compared to other crossbar locks from other brands, I find this to be actually quite pleasant to use. It's not so tough. I mean, I think the first time I ever used a crossbar lock was on some Benchmade, and it was just it hurts your thumbs trying to press it down. It's too stiff. This one, I was just like, oh wow, this is kind of buttery. So
you haven't experienced a lot of crossbar locks?
No, I'm definitely not. I'm if anything, I will buy a knife with a hole over.
I gotcha. Well, I can tell you they're not all the same, but having handled, I don't know, hundreds of crossbar locks, dude, there's a lot of really smooth, like you're like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of really good ones out there. And I mean, yours, it's buttery smooth. Now I have a question, and Jesse, we're going to talk to Ryan a little bit more right now because he's not going to be here very long, and then you're going to have the limelight. Just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
Do you have bigger hands, Ryan?
I fit into a large glove with a little room.
Okay. I was going to say, because if this was any longer,
yeah,
I wouldn't be able to seat it in my hand. Like for instance, the Manix 2 XL is so big that to pull the crossbar, it goes like this, and I'm going to add it, because if you can't seat a crossbar in your palm, you can't open it.
Yeah. I never actually thought about that.
So if you had small hands, you'd be going, although you can still slowly do a reverse flick, but most crossbar locks, the reverse flick's a little slower. First of all, Remette said hello to both of you guys. And if you ever want to have a knife design done by Remette, I've got special connections there. So that's something to keep in mind. And then we have all these super chats. Hold on just a moment here. Let me catch up on this real quick because there's a lot of them. Let's see. Oh, gosh. Paul Gunsman with a $20 super chat. He said, a little slow at warming the honey pot up. Nice design, by the way. We have a tradition that started years ago on the 4th of July. We had this red, white, and blue hat. And when people gave a $10 more super chat, they get the AmeriHair. Nice Fast says, hello, Jesse and Ryan. They said Jesse and Ryan are awesome dudes and great designers. But yes, crossbar locks, nah. So he's not a crossbar lock fan, apparently.
It's okay. It's okay.
Boo is in the hive. Been a member for 47 months with a super chat. He said, "I feel old. Remette is the best." See, there's a lot of Remette lovers in here. But I got to tell you, this I am a big, when I started in the modern knives, as I would call it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, all these super chats. I can't get them to show up on my screen, or I put you guys up on the screen. I'm still waiting on it. I did not like frame locks because I would try to flick them and I would give them the lock of death and all that stuff. But I think it's just experience, because now I like them all.
Oh, dude. So I picked up like a Hinder Eclipse, a skinny one, like a while back. My buddy told me to do it. And it probably took me like 2 weeks of trying, and my finger was so sore to reverse flick it. And now, but yeah, it takes just practice per knife. Yeah, find the right.
It does.
Figure out where your fingers go. Yeah, it's so.
And I literally have given tips and tricks to folks of things I've learned, like with front flippers.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest front flipper fan, but of course I don't have one on the table here. But I've shown people a way to open them where they're like, "Oh my gosh!" Most folks try to front flip them YouTube style, sideways. Whereas if you hold the knife, the top of the knife facing towards you, it's a more natural motion for your thumb.
Ooh.
And it front flips easier. It's kind of like blowing bubbles. Once you learn how they're whistling. Cubic said, Remette just seems to constantly update their knives, seemingly in real time. Does anyone have any questions for Ryan? I'm not Russian. I want to catch him. I'm American, actually. I just want to catch questions before he has to leave. This is apparently his favorite blade style. Dude, this hawk, is that what you call it, hawkbill?
Yeah.
Gosh, dude, that's wicked.
Well, I was always the one, when Jake and I were designing together, he was the more practical. And almost every design we ever did, I would be like, and what if we made it a hawk? And it became a joke. And then this one actually made sense, and concept one of them both when I submitted it. So
Dog One said, Ryan, did you design the left Avant?
Yes.
See,
well,
I told you we had a famous knife
did.
designer in here. Nice Fast said, hey, Ryan, how did you become so incredibly cool? Is there any hope for a bald, bearded old man?
Drink lots of water.
Drink lots of water.
Go to sleep at 9 p.m.
Okay. 9 p.m. Are you serious?
Not
Dude,
at all.
okay, I was going to say, I go to bed at like 1 and get up at 6:15.
Oof.
So here's a question. Well, that's one thing interesting that you've said, is that they're probably going to come out with a crossbar lock of this dude.
You mean frame lock? Yeah.
Or frame lock, I mean.
Yeah.
You think that's probably going to happen?
I could pull up my email where they said that they want to. I have no other timeline. I would assume, based off of SHOT Show in Blade, Texas, and just how other sales are doing, that's probably going to be what they do later this year, but don't quote me on it. It took a year for this one to come out, so it could be next year for all I know.
Yeah, that's something I've learned, especially at SHOT Show, is just from beginning to end how long it takes for a knife to come to fruition, be out there on the shelves.
Oh yeah.
And that's the thing is, until 5 or 6 years ago, I didn't know that cool knives existed. I only knew what you saw at like the hardware store, or I thought CRKT and Gerber were it.
Oh yeah.
And then I discovered all of this stuff. Let's see, what did Nice Fast? He said, oh, so you're saying going to bed at 1 a.m. is not the best idea. Got it. He said, I have so many collaborations that have been in the works for a long time. They come around at some point. Do you have any other collabs going around or ideas floating out there that you want to tell anyone about?
Well, I'm working on another design with Concept at the moment.
Okay. All right.
It will be a liner lock. We'll have some inlays on it. it's going to be called the HRCN.
So yours are all going to be letters.
So I do have a reason for this, and it just kind of stuck. But the HRCN is kind of a play on the words of the Hurricane, the Lamborghini Hurricane. So it's gonna have a kind of a wild blade shape. Nothing impractical, but anyway, when the Avant came out, the first knife, when the Avant came out, it was spelled AVANT, and we did that based off of the Audi Avant wagon. It had like a tapered back end. It just kind of was my favorite wagon ever. So as we had that out, we got kind of a very nice email. I won't name manufacturers, but from a manufacturer where they said that they have a knife model named the Avant that is trademarked. And if we could please remove the name Avant from the knife. And I was kind of a little butthurt about it. So we took out an A and it became the AVNT.
Okay. I wondered. I looked it up and I was like, okay, QTRO's got to be Quattro because that's Avant. So that's my mindset.
So the knives, so we just decided, and I've decided to keep it going, just pick a bunch of letters that mean something to us that are a play off of a word, and there's a good chance no one will ever copy it.
Okay. Yeah, dude, that's the thing is trying to name a knife. How can you even know if, like, Pyrotech, they named their knife the Kraken.
Yeah.
And then some company was like, hey, we own Kraken. Yeah. But here's something that Remette does, which I think was brilliant. They name their knives whatever they want, but they put RT in front of it. So it's the RT Peregrine Falcon or the RT whatever. So I'm like, that's a workaround.
It is.
If you just put RT like from Remette. So doing that, I don't think they ever have to worry about it. And it was too late by the time that aha moment came to me. I could have told Pyrotech, hey, just put RT in front of or put Pyrotech PT Kraken.
Yeah.
So there you go. So if you ever come across the knife name that you want to name it, just put whatever letters in front of it.
I have a blast watching anybody trying to review one of the Luft knives, trying to figure out what the name is. And so it's actually kind of providing me a little bit of entertainment whenever I come up with a different name, like QTRO, LTL, RWB, AVNT. Like, let's keep this going.
And what I get a lot of knives in, and sometimes I'm like, how do you pronounce it? And I'll literally Google how to pronounce and whatever the word is, and then I'll say it one way. Knives Fast will say it another way. Metal Complex, he makes up stuff. I'm like, dude, that is not how you say that. Like what's the Benchmade Adamas, right? Everybody knew that knife. And then the designer comes out like a year or two later and said it's actually the Adamas. And we're like, that sounds dumb.
I like Adamas a little bit better.
I know. So I guess as long as people recognize it.
Yeah.
El Medicine said, I am absolutely here for this level of pettiness. Mick Ranger said, I'm awarding Jesse the dopest beard of 2026.
I second that. That beard is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that's not messing around right there. I might do that.
This is like 3 months of growth. It sucks for me.
Yeah, I cut 2 or 3 inches off of mine every once in a while, but I think when I retire, I might try to go Jesse style. How long did that take, Jesse? 12 years?
No, probably.
I shaved last weekend.
Probably a year, but it doesn't grow much past this.
Interesting.
It's just like after this, it just kind of starts doing its thing, and I just kind of just shape it every now and then.
Steve said, what's the difference between the Swordfish ZL 103D7 and 103D8? You know what, dude? Those listings of the Swordfish, I can't tell the difference between one or the other. Hey, have either one of you guys ever handled one of these?
Yeah.
At SHOT Show, there's a lot of non-knife guys. I worked the Remette booth, and they would come up and push it, waiting for the blade to come flying out. There, you know, we had like 200 knives at the Remette booth, right? And they all came to one of the versions of the swordfish, and they would pick it up and go. I'd say it's a gravity knife, and then they would go, oh, and they're sitting there talking for 10 minutes, just going like this. It's I think it's more fun for the noise than the looks or the cutting ability of it or anything else.
Definitely.
It's the click factor. Do either one of you fidgeters with your knives at all?
All day, every day, man.
Okay.
All day. Yep.
Okay. MC just loves trolling people. Jesse, I could recommend a good beard comb. Live bearded almost 8 years.
I don't even brush it.
He just has natural good beard.
I just let it fly.
So there you go, Ryan. Just give yours about 5 years, and then you'll get to that length. Yours is just a little slower to fill in. That's
so
all.
much slower. So much.
Unga bunga.
Yeah, dude, I have to say that I do agree that I like the hawkbill a little better. Me personally, I've cut a lot of rope and stuff, and a hawkbill is really good because it draws things into the center.
Yeah.
Whether you're pulling or pushing, it draws it in. And I'm a big fan. I really like points like this. I like doing precise cuts and using something like this, even for package opening or just in general for piercing. Dude, this has it all. And I'm guessing this probably has adjustable. Yeah. So you can adjust it. There's 3 spots in here. I don't know if you guys can see inside here, but you see those 3 holes inside there?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool when I discovered that too. I was like, oh.
Yeah, so if it has a little bit too much tension for you on the inside, right above my thumb, let me get the light in the right spot. See those 3 little dots? You can easily adjust the Omega springs. So you can make it a little more springy or a little less springy. And a lot of those were designed from the clutch lock from when Kaiser did it. Kaiser's clutch lock has 5 holes where you can adjust the heck out of it. Now, I don't know if you know or not. Can you take a scale? Do you know if you can take a scale off and adjust the Omega spring without taking everything apart, or no?
You can.
You can.
Yep.
Okay. That's a major plus, especially taking apart crossbar locks is not a beginner thing.
No. I went past the point of no return when I first got one of these, and I was like,
yeah, getting a crossbar lock back together. It's not like a regular like frame lock or liner lock you take apart and put back together in like 6 minutes.
Seriously. Yeah.
And I don't have it next to me, but yeah, you can go on Etsy and buy a tool that'll keep everything together for next to nothing. I think they even have them on Amazon now that will keep your blade from falling out, so you don't have to put the blade. Like I bought this, I think, for like $12 on Etsy. Yeah. And it has two different sizes for D-shaped pivots. You stick that in there while you're taking everything apart, and it keeps your blade in, and it keeps it aligned. So to pop your pivot out, you use this to pop your pivot out, and then you see how it's got the D shape on it. So depending on what your pivot size is, you keep that dude in there, and then you can clean your knife or take it apart or adjust or do whatever you want. And then you can put your pivot and push it right back through and not have to try to get your washers aligned and get everything aligned back. A little tool like that is awesome.
Dude, you're gonna have to put the link below or something, man. Because that's kind of cool.
You know, actually, if you're talking about it, can either one of you guys see the chat?
Nope.
Yeah.
Jesse can't. Does anyone have any questions for Ryan before he abandons us? Because I try to preempt it. So here you go, people. Pivot tool. Here's a link. He asked for it. There you go. There's a link to the pivot tool that I have that I was just showing you. $14.99.
Thanks, buddy.
Just call me the link master.
Gonna buy that right now.
Remette said, Remette's looking forward to having the opportunity to cooperate with Ryan and Jesse for mutual benefit. There you go. Remette with a $10 hair super chat.
Happy to have a conversation, buddy. Happy to.
Dude, yeah, they'll have a conversation. Look, to say that they're on fire would be an understatement. They're like they've been OEM-ing for 25 years, but they've only been like in the modern knife world for a few years. And I've seen them go from the Remette Rhino to knives like this with like it's a frame lock. It's button actuated. It's the best button actuated frame lock I've experienced.
Wow, that looks nice.
The handle reminds you of a fixed blade. Because look how they crowned. They didn't chamfer it. They crowned those titanium scales. They're round. It just melts in your hand. Yeah, it's crazy. They're in here trying to snipe you guys. Dog One said, "I'll say thank you, Ryan. Has been very happy with." Vu said, Jesse and Ryan, just make sure the designs are nice. The crossbar with a coil spring question, said Shaw. I missed that question. I like crossbars fine most of the time, unless the detent is too mushy. Knives fast. He said he put up hashtag crossbar locks stink. Boo bar locks. Dude, they're not that bad. I think knives fast. KC, are you on the crossbar bandwagon, the against crossbar bandwagon? Dude, I have some crossbar locks that are just so like, here's one. This one is impressive. O knife. You know, everybody knows O light. And then O knife, you're like, yeah, O knives are pretty good. But this one is by far the best one they've ever put out, the O Knife Zen. This is the 4th variant of it. Carbon fiber scales, S45VN for the, and this has a crossbar lock, and dude, it is buttery smooth. I mean, butter. I like crossbar locks because you take it out of your pocket, you make your cut, and when you put the blade in, your hand is already in the position that you put it in your pocket.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Like if I'm doing a lot, if I know, I mean, when you know, if I'm going out to do whatever, like cut up cardboard or whatever, I pick a particular knife for the job. And like, I'll use my Mannix too, because I have a crossbar lock, because I know I'll get it out of my pocket, make a cut and put it back. And a crossbar lock is one where you don't have to think about what knife you have, because I usually carry 5. I wear Duluth pants, so I'm usually loaded down. I'm just used to it.
Pocket, knife in every pocket.
Oh, dude, Duluth, you can carry so many. It's ridiculous. And it's funny because, like, at the end of the day, sometimes if I don't take my knives out of my pocket and I'm like, I'm wearing these pants tomorrow, I didn't get them dirty or anything, and I'll take them and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what am I wearing? It weighs like 10 pounds. Do you typically just carry one knife?
Yeah.
How many do you carry, Jesse? One?
All of them. I usually have a few. Like, I'm like you. I unbuckle my pants and they just hit the floor. I have big chunks of brass in my pocket and titanium and all kinds of junk all the time. So,
Knife Monkey said, Beez, I think that crossbar locks would be better with a coil sling behind the bar. A coil sling. Mick Ranger, just so you know, he said, I'm dreaming about getting my hands on the frame lock QTRO. Said, see, this has been a nice teaser, dude.
Dude, you know.
Shaw Matt said, I don't get the crossbar hate, honestly. Hemp Blast said, coil spring crossbar lock is patented by Microtech. Really? So in your search for the QTRO, did you go looking around for knife companies, or do they come to you? How'd that work?
So yeah, Concept had kind of talked to me at Blade Show, Texas, maybe like 2 years ago. And at that time, we were trying to take left Concepts in a different direction. We were trying to go US made completely. And story for another time, pain in the ass to try and do that.
Dude, I've talked to Lefty, and I've seen Lefty talk about how it's virtually impossible to get a knife made in the U.S.
Yeah, and if you find an OEM, chances are it's going to be the first time they've ever made a folding knife, or they have their own brand, and you take the back seat. You're on the back burner whenever they can fit you in. And so yeah, I mean, long story short, it just became kind of obvious that to get more like knives out into the hands of folks and more designs, got to do licensing. So I last year approached Concept, and I was like, hey, let's do something. And they said, yay, like, finally. So yeah, I mean, I've had a really great experience with them. They're very nice, very easy to talk to.
Nick Ranger said, hey, Beez, can you ask Jesse if he can design a Caveman XL, please? Oh my gosh. You need suspenders.
I mean, I would like it, but I mean, I think the Caveman is like normal. So, that's the one thing I kept laughing when I was, this is my first design ever, and watching reviews, and everybody's like, this is a chunky boy. This is a thick boy. I'm like, it's an average boy. Like, it's not huge. It's just 3.5 inches.
You have big hands.
Yeah.
See, there you go.
There you go.
And we have regulars in here, like Mitten State Modders. He likes kind of bigger knives sometimes, but Byron Kennedy, who's usually in here, there's a lot of guys that I've met that are in the chat, and I know the size hands they have and the size knives they have, and you're like, this would fit their hand.
Yeah.
When my hand is swallowed by a knife, I have large width hands. I have shorter fingers. But Ryan, do you have a sweet spot for knives? Like, how did you decide? I bet you didn't know when you designed this that you were just hitting the edge. Like I was saying earlier, because if the handle was much longer, I wouldn't be able to operate it because it'd be sliding out.
Generally, so that I will say that was pure luck. So I'm kind of thankful for pure luck. Normally the sweet spot is like a 3.3 inch cutting edge and, like a 4.5 inch handle. It's kind of, it's every knife out there. It's basically the same, specs as every knife. I do have a couple smaller ones coming out, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that's generally when I design them, they all kind of end up being roughly that size. I had to specifically decide to try and make a larger knife on this one. And I never even thought about having a spot rest in your hand because it wasn't designed as a crossbar lock.
I know, right? I was just thinking that. Papa Jiggly said, why not make a super lock, remove the back tab, add thumb studs to the lock bar. It would operate like a crossbar with a coil spring, no patent issue. Telling you what, you get some good ideas in here from people. Gunner said, Beez, can you tell Jesse that I like the design of the Caveman because you can get a full grip with the choil and without the choil?
Thank you.
Richard Meyer said, I like my knives bigger. Though, 3 to 3.3 is like the sweet spot, but like Lefty, the longest knife he had ever made was the I can't remember what it's called. But the tall boy, he thought it wouldn't sell and it sold out in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he came out with the tall boy V2. So like both of your guys' knives, they're not short blades. Like this dude, the QTRO is like 3.6 inches total, 3.6 from the scales. And then the Caveman is 3.55. So both of your guys' knives aren't small knives. Let me see. They've both got 3.5. Not sharpen length, but total blade length. Man, that's two. You guys both did a really good job on here. I told you guys we had famous knife designers coming on tonight. How does it feel to be famous?
I'm not answering it.
I don't even know if I have a comment to that.
I would like to thank. Get off your list. Thomas said, "For me, I can't deal with knives with smaller than 3.5-inch handles." Jesse and Ryan, what are each of your favorite colorways on your knives?
Are we talking about the QTRO, or are we just talking about in general? If we had
how about both on your both of your current concepts? Jesse likes the one that kind of. Is this the one that you like, Jesse? This one here, or is it the
No.
more brassy colored one?
The Dama one that was, they call it rose gold, but it's
Okay,
really
that's
bronze.
So that's your favorite of yours, and then what is yours?
So Concept doesn't have my favorite colorway at the moment.
What is that?
I would say more of a shredded carbon fiber. I don't mind the bronze, but I'm more of a fan of either like stone washed or acid washed blades.
Okay.
I like a good user finish. I don't like fingerprints at all. If I get a knife, and it's happened so many times, and I just can't stop getting fingerprints on it, it goes in the drawer or it gets sold within a week.
Gotcha.
So generally, I'm like acid stone washed all day long.
You know, there's something like I get a wee knife once a month. Some of the nicer ones I get. And when you get that one that has that perfect finish, you're like, oh, I don't want to put the first scratch on it.
Oh, dude,
but whenever I get one of their ones that's blue titanium, but it's a stone wash handle, I start using it and I don't even care. I know what you're saying.
Like those.
Yeah, exactly. Just like that one, Jesse.
Let me see that up close. Let me see that. Yeah, there you go.
Well, I lasered the blade. Don't pay attention to that.
Already modding. I love it.
Yeah, I actually went to grab like a couple, because I didn't know what you had, and I was like, I think I've like messed up all of these. Like, I only have a handful. Like, this is an original, untouched, unmodded. But this one.
What have you done to the other ones? So you do that with laser?
Yeah, like real, no heat whatsoever. And then this one was just anodized differently, and I made the rock texture more visible by stone washing it and hitting the high spots and all kinds of garbage. Yeah, and then the inlaid versions.
Ooh, I like that jungle wear. Is that what that is? Jungle wear?
Yeah, this one actually, came with a full PVD scales, full PVD blade, but I was like, yeah, it would look good with some wood. So, that's what. And of course, I've had like 10 different inlays made that Concept didn't offer. I have Zerkitai, I have Mokame, I have Mammoth Tusk. Like,
there you go.
What in the world? Hold on, let me see that again. I've never seen that. What is that?
Spent more on inlays than I paid for the knife.
Wow.
This is fossilized Mammoth Tusk.
No kidding. Do you mess with your knives like that, Ryan?
I've been known to. But no, generally I got too many of them, so I just kind of it's a rabbit hole. I could go down it, but
the most modding I would do is change a clip or put some skiffs in it. A big part of it's because I don't have the time.
Fair.
Like I'm looking forward to retirement in 3 years or so, because right now I only have the bandwidth to make videos on new knives. I don't have the time to 5 favorite or most carried or great knives under $100 or all these other videos I would love to make, because like I was gone at SHOT Show for a week and I came home to, which gratefully, boxes of knives. It's not uncommon to get 20 or so a week, 30 a week.
Yikes.
And it's like just Beez Bladers. Tomorrow night is the 31st. Tomorrow night I am going to be unveiling all of the February Kaiser knives, just so you know. And I have a box this big, full of Kaiser knives. There's about 30 new releases. I'll be showing you guys tomorrow night, and we'll be giving away 3 new Kaiser knives, just so you know. Yeah, so there's 30 in one box. It's great. It's also why I have more than 2,000 knives. I need to start selling some.
God, dude.
I also collect knife cases, knife rolls. Yeah, people are like, where do you sell your knives? I'm like, I don't know. I don't sell them. Maybe by the time I retire, I'll make a website or something.
There you go. There you go.
Jeff said, really like my caveman. It's a nice fit and finish, and I like the heft. Ryan, I love my Luft's BXTR. The finish on the blade is wicked nice, said Matt.
Thanks, buddy.
So let's see. You have the BXTR, the RWB, the Avant, and the LTL. The LTL is a fixed blade, right?
Yep.
Oh, there you go. Let me see.
There we go. LTL. It's a little handheld fixed blade. This one was made in the United States. This was the closest Luft ever got to making these in the US. It's S45 VN steel with rich light handles and a really nice polymer sheath. So
I would guess that an OEM in the US would be better at a fixed blade than they would all the moving parts.
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
That makes sense. Dude, what is that? What is that behind you? Is that a bunch of spots with knives in them?
No, it is something completely different.
Okay.
So I collect stuff, and this is
oh.
So it's a whole bunch of vintage Pez dispensers from the 60s and 70s.
Well, dude, when are you going to do a knife that looks like a Pez dispenser, man?
I mean, don't think it hasn't crossed my mind, buddy.
I mean, like, I'm sure you could make it look like, would it have to be an OTF or a gravity knife?
It have to be an OTF.
The head goes back and the knife comes out?
It just comes straight up. Yeah. You might be onto something. You might be
screaming out.
Yeah, and it can look like it's going. Oh my gosh. Yeah, at first it looked like a bunch of tiny spots that you like put knives in. That's what I was imagining. I was like, that's an idea.
Hey, there you go. You have it. I mean, I've had people confuse that. They're like, are you in like a 7-Eleven? Is that like a giant like refrigerator full of drinks behind you? Like I've had, but.
Well, I mean, that's I feel like most of the people in the knife community are collectors of at least knives.
At least. Yeah.
Like I would collect firearms. I don't have that kind of money.
Same here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot easier to buy new knives than like the new so-and-so for $1,000 or $500.
With your 2,000 knives, though, you could probably start a pretty nice firearm collection.
Yeah, if I had a giant sale. Now, here's the thing: is I have all of the boxes to all of my knives. So I would have to maybe hire my nephew or something to help me find the boxes that are in boxes to put the knives in. So I have boxes of knife boxes neatly stored. We have a large basement, and 75% of it is knife tables, knife cases, knife sharpeners, boxes of knives, and it's a dream come true. I mean, it's the best thing ever.
Dude, you got to set yourself up a Dewey Decimal System and start cataloging all those boxes. And just
that's the thing is all the Kaiser boxes aren't together. All the Civivi boxes aren't together. That kind of thing. Mick Ranger said, what?
That's kind of hindered me in the past whenever I was moving knives because I used to collect them all and had them all stashed. And one day I was just like, nope. And then it didn't matter if I open a box and didn't even like the knife, I'd still pitch the box. And people were like, you got the box? Nope. Even if I might have it, the answer is just no, because I don't want to look for it.
Yeah. I had somebody at work that wanted to get their dad a knife, and I found I figured out what he liked, and I found the perfect knife. And I searched and I searched. It was an O knife, and I found every O knife box I have, but that one. It was the Ropato 4 or something. Rory Hawk said, "Yeah, collecting knives, pins, pencils, flashlights has me tapped out."
Flashlights. Ooh, I went down that rabbit hole, man.
Oh my gosh. That's going to be my second channel. When I retire, I already have the plans. It's going to be flashlights. Top Dog, who's always in here, he's one of the pillars of my channel. That dude, he has the knowledge. Like you know me, I'm like, cool, it does this and it does that, and it's really bright and it has 50,000 million lumens. And he's like, what's the candela? I'm like, I don't know. And that dude, he goes out to like football fields and he'll be like, it has this much throw and this much beam and this many candela, and he knows the type of LEDs. And I've heard Lefty talk about him, and he's like, oh, it's easy to program. Did you get that deep into it? Programming knives or flashlights?
Sort of. I was more into the custom made flashlights. Like I had, I don't know if you know barrel flashlights. It's a custom maker. I had like 6 or 7 of those. And I was like, why am I spending so much money on these flashlights when literally I could just get something from OLED or Lumen Top or like, and I love my FW3A. You know, it's an old light, works great, does what I need it to do. So I sold everything and I decided just to get basic flashlights.
Where you at in the flashlight game, Jesse?
I have a handful, but I don't, like you were talking about programming them. I mean, I have the SOC flashlight and I still can't make it work right. And I like the arc field. I mean, I think it's hard to beat. It's fun to play with. You know, it's got UV and the laser and flashlight, and it works. And that's
the Olight arc field is really it's a fantastic flashlight.
Yeah.
I do overviews and reviews of Olight. I don't know if you know that, Ryan, but I have probably 100 Olights of different various sizes, shapes, and colors. And I have the Marauder Mini, and then I got the Marauder. The Marauder Minis is this chunk, and it's like 13,000 candle or 13,000 lumens. And before we let the dogs out, we have 2 golden retrievers. When it gets dark, before we let them out, we scan to look for skunks, because I'm hopefully never going to have that happen. But skunks are in our we live in a neighborhood. It's an older neighborhood, big trees. All the wildlife is here. Like we had a buck trying to fight my dog through the sliding glass doors when the rut was going on.
Sounds like my place, dude. Seriously, I have 2 Great Danes do the same exact thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dog had his hackles up, and I look out my kitchen window, and there's a buck going stomping his feet like, you want to go? Come on, let's go. I'm like,
about to be in your living room.
Seriously.
He was. I guess, dude. Yeah, I mean, we have foxes, but the skunks, but my neighbors are all used to it, because my next neighbor is, you know, we have really long backyards, but they don't even think twice when they see my entire yard go. It's the most awesome thing ever. Do you go for candle power, or do you go for like high lumens, or just something everyday carry? Either one of you.
For me,
Sure.
it's got to have moonlight mode. That's because that's honestly, as long as I have that, I don't really care. Throw is probably more important to me than lumens, than like brightness. But yeah, I mean, I'm not picky, man.
Yeah. What about you, Jesse?
It doesn't matter that much. I usually whenever I am carrying one, the most thing I do with it is aggravate people, and I remember I have it, and I hit that turbo and just like pointed at them real fast, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And that's why I tend to not carry them, because I get in trouble and fall over. I've already had a meeting at work that I'm not allowed to play with knives at my desk, and I'm not allowed to talk about knives, like a 30-minute lecture.
Jeez,
Oh,
dude.
Yeah.
oh. And you know, it's so second nature. Luckily, I live in Ohio, and I don't know that I've ever had a head turn. But we go out to eat when we go out to trivia every Tuesday, and I don't bring a knife. I usually bring 10, and I pass them around the table. And so our table at trivia, there's people sitting there looking at knives and trying to figure out how to open them, and there's just knives everywhere, and nobody even thinks anything of it. And sometimes I'll bring in like a giant fixed blade, and I'll just kind of look around, and people don't even look. They don't even think anything of it, you know. But I always use my own knife when we go to any steakhouse or anything like that. The worst knives out there are knives at a steakhouse. They just throw them all in a big washer, and they're always dull. And I always have mine sitting there next to my plate. Like, yeah, I don't care if it's fish. I'll cut my fish. I have to use my own knife for something.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are any like me at all, but I literally open everything with a knife.
Yeah, even when you don't have to.
Even when you don't.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care if it's Skittles or M&Ms. I mean, I and here's like Skyline Chili. They have these little packets of the oyster crackers, and it has that real crinkly plastic. It's the best test of if your knife is sharp or not. If your knife isn't perfectly sharp, you cannot go. It will snag. And if it snags, I'm like, that is getting sharpened when I get home. Oh, it's so disappointing. And Mylar bags are so good. There's nothing more satisfying. Any kind of package with Mylar, and it just goes straight through it, nice and clean.
Yep.
Are either one of you sharpeners?
I can be, but I hate it.
Me too.
That's like I've recently started modding knives, and I really want to etch and stonewash blades because I love that look. But then I'm like, no, I have to sharpen it.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Now, see, that I wish there were 36-hour days because I love to sharpen. For me, it's so satisfying to put a fresh edge. Do what?
I'll send you my knives.
I didn't say I had time to do it. But yeah, it's I bought a sharpener. Well, it actually, you know how when you get a gift for someone, but it's kind of for yourself too. Like, here, wifey, here's a new drill. You know, I got my father-in-law and my brother both a sharpening system for Christmas. So I won't be sharpening as many knives because I also gave him a tutorial on how to sharpen knives.
There you go.
With the sharpening system. Here you go. I was going to show you this real quick. This is one of the videos that I took. This is my kitchen window.
Nice. Fuck, man.
He was like, "What? You want to go?"
He's like, yeah.
He was mad. What I didn't know was right there where I couldn't see, there was a doe. He had been chasing her. He chased her into the corner of my house, like where there's a fence, and I didn't know that there was a doe there. Let's see. I've got one of him lick. Yeah, here we go. Let me show you this one too. You get to see a little bit of a foot stomp and a lick.
And he's wide.
He had just given a big stomp. Yeah, just dude. I'm like, you know how many hunters go out all hunting season and never see something like that?
And if they did, they'd be shaking.
They would. Yeah, but oh yeah, that was the whole skunk thing. I do the whole backyard and the neighbors, and that's what I was gonna say is I like to throw a nice tight beam that way it doesn't spill into the neighbors. Vic Ranger's been a member for 14 months with a super chat. He said, "Hey, what about Caleb Ryan? What about collab Ryan and Jesse?"
Oh,
there you go.
Well, you probably have never had a caveman, correct? And that's the only knife I have. Well, I've never touched one of your knives.
Well, we'll have to remedy that then. Are you gonna be at Blade Show Texas?
Yes, I am.
So am I, man. Table 13A. We'll have to meet in real life.
I don't have a table because I'm not that fancy.
Well, you can come by my table and store your stuff underneath if you need to walk around and lighten your load.
Oh, look at that. And see that it's always good to know somebody with a table, because when you want to sit for a minute, you can go and sit in one of their chairs.
It'll be my wife's first time for a show, and I just told her, she was like, "Is it fun?" I'm like, "It's fun. You're going to be really tired."
Oh.
See, I get in like the zone, and every year I go with like 5 or 6 people, and like the first hour they lose me, and I don't stop the whole time. I got this FOMO, and I just want to see everything, meet everybody, and go 100 miles an hour. And then when I get home, because I usually fly back like as soon as the show's over, I'm so crashed out.
Yeah.
Have you both been to a Blade Show Atlanta?
Yeah. Yes. I've been. I've had a
It takes me the entire 3 days to try to get to all the booths.
First year I was there, I was table 18X in the gigantic room, and it was like, where are you? I don't know, in there somewhere, right? And then I found the cool kids room, and I moved my table into the small ballroom, and it is so much nicer.
People can actually find you.
What's up?
People can actually find you in the small room.
Yeah. Well, it's fun. It's also funny just talking to the people who go into the small room first, and then they're like, "Oh, this is a good show," and I'm like, "Have you not gone to the other room?" And they're like, "There's another room," and I'm like, "That's the most understated statement ever."
Yeah.
Like, I hope you hear all weekend, because if you're just here for today, you screwed yourself already.
Yeah.
That's what me and my wife did the first year we went to Blade Show. We took our time, went to all the booths. And I was like, that's pretty cool. You want to get something to eat? And I can't remember how it happened to where we learned that was a small part of the show. And then they're like, oh no, you walk all the way around to the other side.
Yeah.
And then you walk in there, and just the noise of the crowd.
Oh, it's
just
so overwhelming.
Yeah.
You got to do.
Yeah, I tell you, I forget when I went. I took my son to Atlanta last year, and so he was with me. But the Texas before that, I put in AirPods, and I just was in the zone, man. It was actually really nice, because they canceled the noise, and I was FaceTiming my boys and showing them stuff. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I like my friends, don't get me wrong, but they're not moving fast enough for my liking.
Yeah, I'm a content creator, and I went there and I'm going to make all this content. I hardly make any content at all at Blade shows.
You start shopping.
Yeah, it's so odd, because I take pictures every day of knives, and when I get back from Blade Show, I'm like, oh, I took 30 pictures, and that which in reality I thought I should have took 500 pictures. And it's a lot of fun. I just I get hyped about it every time.
Yeah,
I enjoy the people. I enjoy meeting people, and just seeing friends that you never get to see but once a year.
It's very true.
We have, there's on any given night on Fridays, there's between 150 on big nights. Sometimes, usually after MC's live stops, we get another 8,500 people that we'll have. The later it gets, the West Coasters start filing in. So when it gets to the 11 o'clock hour, we'll have 200 and something in here. But all these names that I'm seeing across the screen, these are all like family. I know all these people. I know what they like to snack on. I know what their preferences are, and then you meet them in person, and you literally have to tell me what your screen name is. Because you can say, "Hi, I'm Mike." I'm like, "Hi, Mike." But
Right.
if
I know people by what knives they have, because all my stuff came through a Facebook group, and people are like, "Hey, caveman," and I'm like, "Hey, buddy, who are you?" And I don't try to lie. I'm just, because I'm nobody. I mean, it's just, I don't know you tell me your name, and then I'll know. And it's like, oh, I know you're the one that has the green Chavez with that's me. Okay.
I don't know. I had my wife make T-shirts that said Beez or something on the back. I was like, if you see that, please come say hi, because I don't know what you look like.
Right.
I don't know what this says. Oh, this one says, "Don't cut yourself."
Cut yourself. There you go. Are you going to be in Texas, Beez?
No, I won't be at Texas. I'll be at Atlanta.
I'll have to see you in Atlanta, man.
Yeah, because when I'm in the position I'm in at my job, when I'm gone for a week, that I don't come back and just start where I'm at. I have to do the work for the week that I was gone. I
Yep.
have to catch up. I pay for being off for vacation.
Yep.
It's all there waiting on me.
I felt that.
Yeah, so I was just gone at SHOT Show for a week, and people were like, "Oh, what'd you do in Vegas? What'd you see in Vegas?" I was like, "Oh, it was kind of like Blade Show," but after spending 9 hours at a show, and then you go back, put your stuff in the hotel, and you get something to eat, and you're like, "I'm done."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can imagine, man.
Yeah.
Me and Vu's in here right now. We managed one night to drive to one end of the strip and back. That was the big adventure. But besides food. So you were at SHOT Show, Ryan? No. Okay. Have you ever been?
Never. It's something I'm hoping to do next year.
It's Blade Show Atlanta is about 900 exhibitors. It's around 900. SHOT Show is somewhere in the vicinity of 3,000.
Oh, yeah.
800,000 square feet.
Yeah.
The booths, the setups at SHOT Show aren't like what you guys are used to. They have booths with 10-foot tall walls, and you can go in a room. There's a door on the side where you can go in to like talk to people.
Oh wow.
I mean, you think, yeah, that's big money, that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
That's wild.
What's up, Chef Rocky? Vu said, Luft, if you start work with Remette, I'll probably get you in. Vu, he wants to get you. See, so what you need to do is come up with like 10 knife designs, because it sounds to me like the knife companies are all drooling for new designs because they like to keep pumping them out. Do either one of you sit and design very often, or is it just kind of when it hits you? How does that work?
Every day.
Me too.
I have an issue. Like and you're way better at this than I am. I'm super green. I'm super blessed and lucky that this even works. Have you ever drawn a knife and you're like, and I think you just drew everything exactly right, and then you're like, let me flip the blade down, because I don't do CAD. I draw everything with my finger on my phone.
Sure.
And just take a lot of time, and then you're like an eighth of an inch off from the stinking thing to close right, and you don't want to chop the blade down because it'll look weird. Oh my gosh, so many times. And I didn't like I said, I'm dumb, and I'm like, well, I found out, well, if I move the pivot, then it gives me a different pivot angle,
Yep.
and then it fits. And so I'm still learning, daily.
I'm still there with you.
It's fun for me.
I don't do things that like I'm actually making a point to learn Fusion 360.
I can't hear him.
You can't hear me. Interesting.
I don't know. I can hear him.
Oh.
I can't hear anything.
Oh.
Wonder what happened.
Hello.
Can you hear me now? No.
Hello.
Did your thing die? Maybe his earbud die.
Well, to answer that question real quick while he's figuring that out, for everyone else, like, I'm a 2D knife designer, and I will iterate on a design over and over and over again. I'll design it open, and then I'll close it, and then I'll tweak it closed, and then I'll open that back up and continue tweaking it. And I just kind of keep it on my desktop. I'll work on knife designs 20, 30 minutes a day. And yeah, it's always working on 1 to 2 designs, a month.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's therapeutic to me. Like, I just got to get the lines out of my head, and then I just make knives. And as far as like geometry and everything, like, I get it pretty set up the way I'm going. But if I'm gonna be licensing it out, I'm gonna try and adhere to what their internal mechanisms are, and so generally I won't try and like come up with a locking mechanism that's different, or try and reinvent the wheel. I'll give them my design, and I'll say, let's put your whatever's behind the pivots that you do on my knife, and there we go.
So you start out with 2D.
Yeah.
That is hard. like I could see like sketching it out with the pencil, but then you have to do all of the widths and the blade stock thickness and I'm guessing all of that goes through your head.
Oh yeah, and generally for like 2D, I will I have a standard blade stock thickness I'm looking for depending on the knife, so I'll list all that out. The tricky part is when I want to add contouring, and so to try and add contouring on 2D, I have to try and get really good with like shadow work to kind of simulate the idea of a contour, which is why I'm deciding to like learn Fusion 360 this year, so I can actually model my knives out completely and save a lot of the guesswork from these companies.
So Fusion 360, I'm guessing that is the next thing after. I don't know what it is, but is that like the next thing after CAD?
It's a CAD modeling program. Yeah, and it works really well.
It looks so sophisticated. I'm like, I don't even want to think about it.
Dude, I'm like, I need to be taught how to use this. So I'm
actually have to get CAD training. Oh my gosh. I've always wondered that. People was like, Beez, when are you going to design a knife? I'm like, I can't even draw stick people. Like, how in the world am I going to do that? So you spend a lot of time. So is more of your time like trying to do things on the computer?
Yeah. I might be in like a meeting at my job and just like, I might have an idea in my head and sketch it out on a Post-it note. But then after like, I might get a moment, I'll just get into my computer and I'll start designing. I'll leave it open and I'll just continue working on it. If I'm walking around in my house and getting bored, I'll just sit back in my computer and I'll just keep tweaking. I work on like my designs until I get frustrated and I step away and then I come back and it's just like a constant process. But
are you that obsessed, Jesse?
Yeah. Probably maybe more because I
you got talks to do at work.
Yeah, I have to. I don't want to talk too much about that because I still work there. So,
okay.
But I don't draw knives at work. I work at work. But yeah, I draw knives all the time, and other like pry bars and things that I'm trying to make on my own now, so it's fun.
Dude.
Brian, have you delved into anything other than knives? Like any other kind of widgets or gizmos or gadgets?
Sort of. Yeah, not under the name Luft. I'll quickly talk about these, but then I gotta bounce. So yeah, I guess I've also been known to make these in the past. These are kind of I call them worry donuts. Basically, it was just I got laid off a long time ago, and I was like created something that you can melt with brass or copper and a bunch of different materials, and just something you can keep in your pocket. You could kind of move around your finger as a fidget, and I did that for about 4 years.
Wow!
Ended up, yeah, it was a way to supplement income that I was missing, and then it kind of took off. I mean, I ended up selling over like 250 of these things, and all handmade, and then life kind of took a different turn. But as far as Luft, I've never tried to go down the pry bar path or anything like that. I've just been kind of working on just knife designs. I've thought about designing a flashlight, but that's just a pipe dream at the moment.
That sounds complicated.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But
because then you add electronics to the mix.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Well, thanks for coming and hanging out, Ryan. I really appreciate it.
Seriously, Beez, Jesse, nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too, sir.
And yeah, man, thanks for having me on.
Yeah. All right. Well, dude, when the crossbar frame lock comes out, button lock, frame lock. When the frame lock comes out, dude, maybe we'll have you back on and we'll go over it and shoot the breeze with everybody.
Dude, anytime, man. It's been a lot of fun.
All right. Have a great night, man.
All right, you too. Bye, y'all.
Right, bye. Dude, I haven't even been.
And
so
I can't
you can't
hear you again.
Go.
Oh,
Go back out and come back in. There we go. Luffs have the best pivot action by far. The drop shut is amazing, said Matt. Brian F said, Matt said, what up, Brian F? I got the package. Thank you again. Yeah, I don't have a standing Remette code. I wish I did. But you know, that's the thing is companies that sell really well, they usually don't have to have like Vosteed. They don't have like a standing. Can you hear me now, Jesse?
yes, sir.
Yeah, somebody asked if I had a Remette code. Like some of the companies that sell so incredibly well, they don't need a standing like, you know, Beez 10 or whatever, because they're going to sell their knives whether they have a discount code or not.
Right.
Like Vosteed, dude, they put out a knife and it sells out and people wait around forever for the next drop to come out.
And most of them are extremely inexpensive with Vosteed to begin with.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing is the affordability. You know, some of the stuff they put out, you know, they'll put out something with LMAX for, you know, like $139, and people are like,
right.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you, but as a knife collector, I want one of everything.
Yeah.
Like there's steels out there that I don't have yet, and I'll buy a knife just because it has that steel. You know, I don't even have S110V yet. There's so many things out there.
I didn't even know that existed.
Oh, dude. Like, did you get some 15V? Have you got one of those yet?
No,
Yeah,
I really haven't bought a new knife for a while. The last time I went on a little bit of a kick was I went to Blade Runner down there for one of his meetups in Tennessee. Are you familiar with him?
Yeah, actually, I hung out with Blade Runner at SHOT Show. Both the guys.
Right. Yeah, they're going to be doing hopefully an exclusive version of the Caveman.
Oh,
Yeah, rocking 80s DLC, a lot of fun. But I had never seen one of those knives you were talking about, the Cell Shade, and I'm not an automatic knife guy and never had OTFs, never had, you know, whatever, out the side, whatever it's called. And I have like 9 of them laying right here that are just because they're cell shaded is why I bought them. But you were talking about that, and then I sent this one to the
so
guy on
cell shade. That's what that's called.
yeah, a guy on Instagram cell shaded one of my Caveman with a Flintstone theme.
Ha!
But yeah, it turned out really nice. But,
Dude, how many different versions of the Caveman do you have? Like, have you modded?
like, have I modded?
Well,
Like, I
you
have
keep
20.
picking up different variants.
I have 21.
Wow. Well, dude, let's see them.
And like 3 of them are like factory. Like this is the Zerkitai one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And that was, you know, a guy on Instagram, Johnny T did that. People are familiar with him. You know,
Chef
talking
Rocky
with
said he hasn't bought a knife in a while either, at least 4 days.
yeah. You know, and it gives, you know, modding them gives you ideas of what you can do with them in the future, you know, like a slot.
Oh, I like the rock pattern on that blade.
Yeah, that was Gecko Customs. I didn't do that one. I just recently started modding.
Dude, I hung out with him last week.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He really is.
But I've been talking with Concept about like a skeletonized version of the Caveman with a slotted blade. There's supposed to be exclusives coming from Blade Runner, from Blade City, and maybe, I don't know if I should say, maybe Blade HQ, all doing camo carbon exclusives, all different camo carbons that you know, not an inlay, but an actual full carbon fiber show scale on the Caveman. So that would make people that think it's heavy happy.
Oh, yeah.
We're also, you know, I don't know how much they want me to talk, but they didn't tell me I couldn't say things. So,
Well, I mean, you know, teasers work.
I've drawn several. Apparently they like the handle shape of the caveman, so I've been drawing some new blade shapes that fit that handle still.
Oh yeah, there you go.
There's two or three that I really really like. They're talking about a mini caveman.
Oh, that.
Um,
Yep, yep, yep.
yeah, that will be a lot of fun. I think, and they want to keep it under 3 inch, which I understand because it expands the market to where they can sell it. But yeah,
And
working with
concept does that a lot. They'll come out with whatever, and people will always say they want a bigger one or a smaller one.
yeah
Like
and
they came out with the Corvid. They have a Corvid Mini, a Corvid M, a Corvid XL.
yeah yeah. I mean, I'm familiar. I'm new to designing, but I knew that my knife was big. I specifically told him don't mill the scales out too much. My original love was like Chavez, and I liked heavy duty.
You you
Like
like you like a substantial knife.
right, like this
That's what I
jimping,
call them.
I told Ramon, I was like, I kind of mimicked your jimping. I was like, is that okay? And he said, yeah, it's okay. So, he's super nice guy as well. But, I like working with concept, and we definitely have differences. Like originally they didn't want a frame lock. And I was like, in this day and age, everything's got buttons, everything's crossbar, everything, I was like, there's still a core audience that wants a regular frame lock, you know, nice heavy built knife, and that's what I was going for, and I had a love for modded knives, not modding them, and that's what kind of brought this to life. Was no, people aren't going to pay $240 for this and then want to pay another $250 to get this done to it, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
And concept just really nailed that. And this was the original. There was only one that had a rock pattern on the original drop, and it sold out in about 2 hours, so that's why they did the influx of them this round.
And
Which
that's a good point, is because that for people that want a knife that's not just plain, that's an excellent point. You spend that much, and then you have to spend a big chunk to make it look like you would like it to look.
right, yeah, that's the one thing that I'm impressed with. And at concept, like I said, is the only company I've really directly worked with a lot. I have worked with another company, but that's for another show. uh I just don't want to, I want to talk about concept right now. Uh, they are interested. They want to know what people want. I know it's for sales, but they genuinely are like, what can we do that will help concept be, with the big guns? And I tell them, I'm like, you need to get titanium hardware. You need to get, you know, a locking pivot, or you know, I forgot the word, but
The the trends, basically, because the knife collectors, things are just like anything else. Things that are trends, or anything that's new. Like, here's something that blows me away: is Civivi will put out a new knife like last month, and it's a button lock, like a plunge lock. I'm like, you're still putting out plunge locks? I think most people have moved to top liner locks at this point.
right. Yeah. And they were very negotiable with things, considering I don't have a dog in the fight with this, because this is a collab kind of,
You
deal.
talking about a captive pivot or a D-shaped
Yeah,
pivot?
captive pivot is what I meant.
Vu nailed that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the knife guru.
Yeah,
Uh
he's got his tentacles everywhere.
and then, they listened whenever that first one came out. Everybody was like, "Oh, the thumb stud could be moved." And I'm like, "I'm aware. It was supposed to be moved." And next batch they were like, "We're fixing that."
So
They
you had told me that earlier, and my brain, you're not used to me on my live streams. My brain is usually in 5 different places. What were you telling me about the thumb stud? Where was it at to begin with?
here.
Oh,
So it works fine, but it's not at the premium location. It needed to be
Oh, it
north
was
of
just
here. And
okay.
then here's where, the
Oh yeah, it was
adjustment.
way down there.
And that one little adjustment, took this being I'm trying to be impartial, a great knife to being, an awesome knife. Because
Yeah,
you got
where it is now, my thumb hits it perfect.
right. Thumb, like reverse flicking it where it was at was fine, but thumb flicking it for me, I had to kind of go down to hit it. But I have big hands, and uh, they got it exactly right, and everything went correctly, and it was nice. And blade steel, I asked for 20 CV, I got turned down, and I asked for 20 CV again, I got turned down, and I was like, listen, like, you want to step up, and like if you notice, you've handled a lot of concepts, I'm sure. The blade stock on this is chunkier than their standard. That was me begging, like, let's build something that people can use, not ridiculously heavy, but something, you know
They really wanted it to be thinner.
they wanted it to be a little thinner, they wanted it to be S35 VN or whatever. But after a lot of negotiations and all these conversations that happen at 2 o'clock at night, we got 20 CV and we got some chunkier blade stock. So, and I think that now that they've done it, they were like, yeah, that made it nice.
Dude,
You know,
I'm glad you stuck to your guns on the 20 CV.
yeah, it made a big difference.
SC Knife Monkey said Beez. What? So you can't see any of the comments, right?
I cannot.
All right. So if anybody has questions for Jesse, just let me know and I'll ask him. Knife Monkey said, Beez, will you ask Jesse if there are any of his hats available for sale?
I have one. I have one. I make them myself. Get off my back. I have one red one, and I'm not
And
sure
it
that I have.
currently is priced at $599.
No, they're $25. But I can't remember if I actually have it on the website or not. But if it's not, I will put it on there after the show.
So,
But I am going to make more, and because I'm going to order some different ones then besides these flat bills.
so
Cheap
what's your
plug, but there you
website?
go. cavemanedc.com.
Well, that's easy enough. I mean,
Yeah.
that would have been my guess, but yeah, dude,
Everything.
I clicked I was on Instagram and I clicked on your thing and said check out my Facebook and it was holy cow, your Facebook thing is big.
Yeah, it when so we inherited a group that had a very bad name. I'm not going to say it, from a bunch of guys that have just basically given up. It was had the title of the group had a cuss word in it, and another guy went with me, and he was like, "Do you want to take over this group?" And I was like, "Yes, but if we do, we're changing the name instantly because I have 3 boys. I want them to be able to tell their friends, go to my dad's group. It's called this." And then I came up with the caveman idea and the caveman name. And in the first year, I think we went from like it had 300 when we took it. It went down to like 100 instantly when the main guys just gave up. And in a year, I think we hit like 3 or 4 thousand in a year.
Wow.
And then I think we started it in, I don't remember when we started it, 23 maybe. And now we're like 8,500. So it's pretty good. I mean, I've been in, that's where all of my roots are. I watch YouTube some, for reviews and stuff, but everything came through Facebook. Sorry, my wife's Doberman just broke in my room. uh and a lot of the groups are really bad. Like you post something like, that you're proud of, and oh, that's a piece of, we don't do
Oh,
that there.
yeah.
We, we just don't do that.
I'm not into that negativity stuff.
No, we don't play games there. You want to be a creep, then you can kick rocks. You can go to, I'm not gonna say, you can go to
Yeah,
another group.
right. Yeah, and that's the thing. Before I forget, so Chef Rocky wants a hat. SC Knife Monkey said, "I want it, Jesse. Please tell him, Beez." So sounds like you need to pop out some hats, dude.
Well, I have. Well, I don't know if I have any or not, but some blanks. But yeah, I literally do make these myself. So
That'll be nice.
They take a little time. I was going to ask you while you were since we're talking about concept, did you see this yet?
Yes. I don't think I have it yet, but I saw it at I saw it at SHOT Show. I said, "What is this?"
Yeah, the Drivosaurus.
Yeah, look at that.
There's the variations. Um, so interesting. These don't work like most bit drivers. You know how they have like almost like a skateboard wheel bearing in the head of them.
Yeah.
They work off of like a knife pivot. So there's two
Ah.
washers in there and a bearing, and they still actually you can still spin them and fidget with them, but they give you a good solid feel in the hand. And show you this here. You can crack them open, and they hold 2 bits. So you got 2 bits, uh, 2 in the mag, 1 in the chamber. So basically, if you need more than 2 bits to take your knife apart, then you got the wrong kind of knife.
Yeah, dude,
So
that was the thing that caught my eye first when I had to at SHOT Show. I had to use the app and map out it. The app to SHOT Show takes you from where you are to where you want to go. It's almost like Google because it's so big.
yeah,
And I followed the map and found concept, and I was like, "What is this?" And that's the first thing I picked up.
yeah, they're like $72, and I have
And they're titanium.
yeah, full time. Even the screw is titanium in these,
Oh
actually.
yeah.
So and they come like this.
Mick Ranger said, "I wonder if you can skiff it." He's laughing.
Yeah.
Er-
So
er- oh, hold on. Let me blow that up. Let's see.
this is how it comes.
Dude,
So
that is really
I
cool.
don't know if this is a sign or anything, but I found it really interesting. You see how these bits are in here. I actually designed 2 bit drivers with them, and they said they wanted to do the Driversaurus first, but this is the other one. Uh,
Ooh, that one looks
the
cool.
Yeah, it's got some pretty elaborate deep milling in it, and it also holds 2 bits on the inside. But the box, if you look, pretty interesting. The slot is made for it.
Ha!
So maybe that's a good sign. If y'all like these driver sources and buy them, then they may make these. This is called the Tusk.
The Tusk.
Yeah,
Mick Ranger said, "Jesse, that driver is sick."
yeah, I
People
like
believe
them.
said that is fire.
Yeah, they're so another thing that people need to know, which I just realized, these aren't on the Concept website. Concept started a completely new website called Concept EDC, and that's
Right.
where they have all their bit drivers, and they have some fidget toys and pry bars and all kinds of stuff on there. So I don't have a code for that, but I'm sure they'll give you one before they give me one.
Yeah, actually, I have one to that. I don't know where it's at this very moment. Dang it!
Yeah,
Because they've got some wicked tools and spikes and all kinds of
yeah,
crazy stuff.
yeah, yeah. It was
Shaw Matt said, "Who makes the bits?"
that I don't know. Somebody else asked me that. I mean, they're from China, so I'm assuming the bits are from China. But I've used a couple of them so far, and they seem okay. Uh, Actually, that was a Weehaw. I don't know if that came out of this or not. Let me see. It does not say, so I don't know. But I mean, most people that have knives already have good bits. This is just a nice little bonus
Yeah.
to throw in the box. And these boxes are actually really nice too. They're little like drawers, and they got a little pull tab on them. Yeah, and I actually wasn't even expecting these, but Zoe said she was sending me a full set, so I'm going to keep it.
Hey, how about that?
Yeah.
Let's see. What's the concept? Is it Concept EDC?
Yes.
Yeah, there it is. So here is where you can go find. Are they available yet?
Yeah, they're available.
There you go. There's the link in the chat to Concept EDC where you can go
Yeah,
check those out.
this was the original prototype that they sent me, and I've noticed that they added an O-ring in the seat, which helps it stay tight. These
Oh yeah.
stay tight, but if you are really cranking, sometimes this one comes loose. But since they put the O-rings in there, I've been using that gray one. It hasn't came loose on me at all, and I've taken like 9 knives apart in the last 2 days because I just got a laser and I'm lasering everything. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
You're looking around for stuff to laser.
yeah, I'm literally lasering everything. So
Wow.
yeah,
Well, dude, this is exciting. This is like the start of the next chapter, right?
yeah. So I have a fixed blade in the works with them. The prototype
Oh.
is still in the works. It's kind of it's very cavemanish. It's called the saber tooth for now. But it's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun. Mini caveman, and I also designed a tenable knife for them that I didn't know I was going to design, but they actually messaged me and were like, "Hey, we want a new tenable design." They just asked for something nice, clean, for a good EDC, and they asked for some other things that I'll tell you off the air. That was pretty funny. But it's they sent me the 3D renderings of it yesterday, and it looks really nice. So I think it's going to be a fun one. It's like 3 1/8, maybe 3 5/16. Wire clip, or I don't know if not wire clip, but whatever, like this kind of style clip. And it's going
Like
to be a
kind of
top,
traditional.
yeah, top liner lock button.
Oh, that's the stuff, man.
Yeah, but and the button's going to be milled, and it's going to be nice for a
Chef
tenable knife.
Rocky
I
has
think.
been a member for 32 months with a super chat. He said, "Sup, suckers? Love to you and yours." What's up, Chef Rocky? What were you saying?
It's going to have a milled button.
Oh,
Yeah,
very
which
nice.
is, I'm trying to get it as premium as they'll let me make a tenable be.
Yeah,
So
dude, that was such a smart move for Concept when they came out with Tenable, because so many of the Concept knives are in a particular price range, and I remember when that price range, I was like, I wouldn't even look at the knives.
yeah,
If it was $189, I wouldn't even give it time of day, because I'm like, that's not my price range. But you drop that $100, or you get
yeah,
into that 75 to 100 and something mark, and then people are like, okay, that might be obtainable.
yeah. I've been campaigning for a tenable caveman, and they said it doesn't fit the needs. So maybe if the people want one enough, they do listen. They ask me to make polls all the time to see, how people really feel about things, being honest. And I think the people should know that they care. They want to know, and that's what got the mini caveman was a no from the get-go. And now it's like, yeah, let's make this.
Uh-huh.
I made a post about it on my group the other day, and to get 70, 80 comments on a Facebook group is pretty good. And in a matter of 2 or 3 hours, people were speaking their minds on it.
Mick Ranger said, I was actually surprised to see Concept using 20 CV, and now I know why.
Yeah, I begged.
Dude, I'm glad you did, because for instance, like We Knives, dude, all their knives were 20 CV, and then all of a sudden they switched to M390.
Yeah,
And
that's one thing. Like I said, I've said it 100 times already on your show, but when I post anything like this, and I post, like, Concept pays attention, and they're like, "What is that? Where do we get that? Would people like this? Would people like that?" And I'm like, I'm just one man, and a lot of stuff that people like, I don't. But that's whenever I feel like I'm biased about something, that's when I'll make a poll for them or whatever.
I think
It's really been, I feel like I'm working with them, not for them.
yes,
And
and
that's nice.
that's what makes like Concept, dude, they are so great to work with, and I hang out with them when I see them at the shows. It's like family. I'm like, gosh, I haven't seen you in forever, and they're so nice. And when they like whoever I'm talking to,
Yeah.
When they ask a question, they're like, "What do you think?" And I remember it was either 1 or 2 years ago. I said, "You've got to do some DLC. Everyone wants
Yep.
DLC," and they started doing DLC.
Yep. Yeah.
Chef Rocky said, "What's wrong with M390?" I didn't say anything's wrong with it. I just, and here's the thing: is I have never claimed to be an expert about anything. I only know what I know in my brain, and I learned so much from the people in here. I just know that there's been so much talk about M390 that it has to be heat treated right.
Right.
There was a big stink for quite a while about a bunch of M390 coming out soft. Whereas it seems to me that 20 CV must be easier to get the heat treat right. Does that sound right?
I think so. I mean, I've beat the dog mess out of a couple of these that I really put to work, and I haven't. I mean, they're still sharp. Like I'd still, would have no issues cutting about anything with them. So, like this is one that I use a lot, and the edge is still, fairly clean.
Oh yeah.
Blue wood. Everybody likes blue wood.
Oh yeah, and see, guys like me, like one of my favorite all-around steels, because I'm a sharpening guy, is S35VN, because it's easy to touch up and easy to sharpen up, and it has a super toothy edge.
Yeah.
But then again, if you're not a sharpening type guy, you want something that's going to hold an edge even longer.
Right.
Whereas me, it's like, oh darn, I dulled it a little.
Oh yeah. See me, I'm like, oh man, I got to mail this out.
Yeah. For me, it's an excuse, like, oh
Yeah.
man, now
I need to get better at it and practice, but I just haven't yet.
Yeah,
I can do it. I just don't like to.
Yeah. Well, that's what got me into knives to begin with, was sharpening. I thought I didn't know how to sharpen, and it's because I was trying to sharpen junk steel.
Right. Yeah, I discovered that as well. Because I wanted to practice on something not nice, and I'm like, this thing won't get sharp. And then I sharpened a Civivi backlash, and I was like, this is really sharp. I was like, wow. That was what really got me in. That was my transition knife, when I was like, what do you mean this is a flipper? Like, and I got on YouTube, and I was like, what in the world? Like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
I had tried to sharpen. I had cheaper knives. I had like cheap $20 bucks. Now I had Gerbers that I tried to sharpen, and I was like, I suck. I'll never know how to sharpen a knife, and it was because I was trying to sharpen hardened Play-Doh.
Yeah.
One
of my favorites is, like, I like D2, because like I had several Civivi knives that were D2 because they sharpen right up, and they held sharp enough long enough for me,
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
So.
My first one, I'll call this premium, because to me it was the first step for me, was a Spyderco Tenacious 8CR13 MOV. I had never had anything as high as 8CR. I didn't even know what those numbers meant. When I was watching Outdoors 55 sharpen knives, because I watched, it was when COVID hit, and all I did was watch sharpening videos. And I would watch him sharpen this knife, and then, cut hairs with it and stuff. And I stopped the video and blew it up and looked at the numbers on the blade, and I was like, the model number's 8CR13 MOV.
Yeah.
I thought that was I didn't know what it was.
I still remember when I bought that backlash, like, telling my wife, like, I can't believe I spent $47 on a knife.
I was the same way. I couldn't believe when I first of all, I looked up that knife, and I discovered, oh, that's a blade steel. But I was like, knife with a hole in the blade, 8CR13, and then I found it, and I was like, $50.
Yep.
That blew my mind. $50 for a pocket knife?
My first knife group was Everyday Blades, and that's where I first discovered knives and things like that. And
Have a good night, Byron K.
The first fancy knife that made me realize this is, a whole different animal than I thought was I came across a J Cape, and I was like, oh, I want one of those. And it was right when they were like hot, the 3.5. So I start looking around, I find the Something Obscene group, and and I'm like, $650 for a knife? Like, you know, and now I have a few of those.
Vu said the CRKT CEO is what got him. It was
Yeah.
$49.
Boo. I love Boo.
Everybody knows Vu. Bionic
Yeah.
said, I don't do well with D2 living here in Corrosionville, USA.
Yeah.
You know, I live in Ohio, and we have all the weather. And for the first, I don't know, for the first year, I don't even know how long, I did all my knife viewing, videoing, and everything in my garage.
Yeah.
And most of my knives were D2, and it would go from hot to cold, and then it was winter, and I didn't have corrosion issue. Now I kept them wiped off, I kept them clean. The only knives that I ever had rust were D2 knives from Kershaw that were bead blasted, got little spots on them.
Yeah.
Those were the only ones.
Yeah. Where do you live at in Ohio?
Southwest Ohio, near Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, okay. So you're not terribly far from me then. Okay.
I'm about an hour north of Cincinnati.
Yeah. So you're about 4 hours from me.
Oh, okay. Where are you at?
Yeah. I'm in West Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're both froze to death right now.
Yeah, it's probably like 5 degrees out right now or something.
Yeah. 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 This is fun.
Yeah, dude, it's so easy to talk about knives. You'll have to. Do you have a laptop or anything like that?
I have a MacBook.
Because what you could do the next time I have you on is you can have the MacBook up with my live stream, so you can actually see what people are saying.
Yeah, my wife offered her phone, but I didn't feel like I would be able to keep up with both.
Oh, it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I just scratched Boo's knife. No, I didn't.
The vein.
Yeah, I didn't scratch that one. That's the DLC coded bad boy. Yeah.
Well, dude, it's been great having you on. I'm gonna probably switched. It's 11. I'm gonna switch. I've got a few things that the normal stuff that we get, but you know, feel free to stick around, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing
yeah.
all the other stuff that we do for the next hour, because from 11 to 12 goes by quick.
No problem. Last plug, Drivosaurus.
Oh, yeah.
Caveman's still available. I think all four variants are still available. I haven't checked recently. I'm sure you have a concept code, right?
Yes, I do. Code
Okay.
Beez10 for 10% off concept knives.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, here is a link to the Caveman with 10% code in the chat. There you go.
All right.
Get 10% off that bad boy.
If you want to hit me up on Instagram sometime, I'll show you some other things.
Yeah,
that's coming with concept. And
so as far as the Caveman, the Caveman Blackwash Titanium with the 80s camo carbon sold out, and the Gecko camo carbon is sold out. Yeah. The other versions are available. So, dude, I do like that that bronze color.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it really, and even with that coated hardware, whatever they use, it's like chef's kiss.
Wow. All right, man. I'm gonna switch it up. I have to run upstairs because, well, I've been drinking water and pop this whole time. But yeah, we'll definitely keep in touch, man. This has been fun. Everyone's saying thank you for being on here, and great design. It's a definite winner. Jesse, great to know you're the Caveman, and I'm following your socials now.
Yeah, check out the Facebook group, Caveman EDC. I'm going to put more merch on my website, cavemanedc.com. And yeah, lots of updates, lots of cool stuff, lots of fun toys.
Oh,
these are
what
fun.
Is that?
Oh, yeah. I had to get my one plug in. This is my favorite thing in the whole world. I make these. It's the prehistoric prow bar.
Dude, I love your whole theme. That's awesome.
It's made out of titanium. This is the V2. I'm gonna have more V2s on the website next week. So
Raybo said, "Push for the tenable caveman."
I will. I'm thinking that they might, if they do the mini, I think that there definitely will be a mini tenable, but well, I'm talking out of turn. I'm hoping. I'm
Yeah.
hoping.
Well, dude, you were able to get 20 CV, so sounds like you've got some pull going on, man.
I'm pretty persistent.
Yes.
All right,
All right.
buddy.
Well, have a great weekend, dude.
See you guys. Thanks.
All right. I'll see you next time.
See you.
All right. Bye. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna show you guys the knife table get rearranged because I'm gonna have to run upstairs. Man, look at that. That thing looks like it's glowing in the dark. But I'll be right back. I have to run upstairs real quick. I'll be right back. And we're back. Empty time, bring back the pooch. Exactly. Soggy Bottom said, just discovered his troglodyte fixie. It's sweet. Dude, on MC, missed the jackpot by a fraction of the wheel. Craziness, said Lion. 20 CB? Talk amongst yourselves, said Top Dog. Code P. I see perp, said Ouchie. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, it's not often that we have guests here on the Beez. Let's see what. There's so many things that we normally do that we haven't done. Pizza check. Me and Mrs. Beez. I can't even remember the kind of pizza that we had tonight. Bradley said MC was crazy tonight. What did he do? I've totally missed it. Beez, you should have live guests on more often, said Bionic. Yeah, I don't do live guests very often because when that happens, I miss out on interacting with you guys. I really like the interaction, and I like the interaction with guests, but then you guys don't talk much. This is my chance to talk to you too. So it's kind of a a back and forth. Beez, you should have live guests somewhere often. Miranda said, going on lurk mode, going to move 600 miles down the road. Wow. People said, in case I missed it, what did you have at the Vegas buffet? Mr. Beez, can you fix the screen? The Beez King and Queen heads are killing me. What? Oh, Bradley said that guy got so close to winning 20 knives. Oh, 20. Seems logical. What's up, man? How are you, dude? He said, what's up, Beez? I second the live guess. It's a different feel. All right. Okay. Dog One said, I do talk too much. I'm known for it. Diarrhea mouth. What? Wait a minute. There was a question I was going to answer. What did I have at the Vegas buffet? At the buffet, I had lobster. I had crab legs. I had a little bit of ribs. Oh my gosh, I had the best lobster mac and cheese stuff that I've ever had. A little bit of mashed potatoes with some good stuff in them. And I had like, I don't know, 4 or 5, at least probably 5 little mini desserts. Each one was different, but they were little mini things. One of them was some kind of mousse stuff or something. They were all, it was all really good. It was worth the wait. We had to wait a while. Barrettson, thank you, Beez. Let's see. Like questions for the crowd. 9 on top and 9 on the bottom was 18 knives, not 20, said FZ. Cool to put a face with the name. Prep some questions or carve time out like for Q&A. Yeah, I was kind of waiting for questions from folks, but it's so easy to get into conversation. Seems Logical said, I'm doing well. I was glad to see you got sent out to SHOT Show. Love seeing my friends getting the big time spotlights. I don't know about that, dude. Dude, seems logical. Let's see. This is we got February, March, April, May. Dude, February, March, April, May. There's only 4 full months until Blade Show. Holy moly. Seafood in the middle of the desert, said El Medicine. Baird said live guest is cool. Oh, maybe we should have live guests more often. Lion said, yeah, but he would have won the 2 bonus premiums as well. It was good, Beez. Enjoyed it. Sever7 said, hey, had 2 more added to the prize pool. It was 20. Gabe said he was giving the grand prize winner an extra 2 premium knives, bumping it to 20. Wow, that was a you guys all missed it. We had 2 guests on tonight. See, I was looking at, we were at like 140 people, and I was like, MC must be doing something big. And for all you folks that are just getting in, we had Ryan Rimmer from Luft Concepts. He was on for I don't know, hour and a half. And then we also had Jesse Pauley, who he's the designer of the Caveman, and Ryan Rimmer is the one that designed the QTRO. So we had both designers from these 2 knives on tonight for a couple hours. It was neat to talk to designers and hear what's in their head and hear their processes. And yeah, it was a lot of fun having the guests on. And man, Jesse, that dude, if you just are getting in, Jesse, he has 20 different modded versions of the Caveman personally for himself. Singing this thing, he said, I hear people saying it's big and it's a beast and blah blah blah. It's a regular knife for him. He said that Concept wanted to make the blade thinner and that he went for thicker, and he worked on them and got him to do the 20 CV, which I'm glad that he put the extra effort in to get the 20 CV on that, because it's a good looking knife. And I do like that you can get a production model with a little bit of that rock pattern going on. That's pretty cool. Said, I was at MC, but tomorrow I'm locked in here. Oh yeah, tomorrow night we're doing the Kaiser live stream, y'all. Tomorrow night, 8:15 normal time. We're doing the Kaiser live stream. We're giving away 3 brand new Kaiser knives tomorrow night. And I'm going to be showing you all of the new Kaiser release for February. Arky said, the best part, all 3 sharing your first sharpening experiences. Yeah, exactly. RDC said, Kaiser. Moose Duty said, I love the Caveman. I want the Tenable version. Top Dog said, I would already have a Caveman, but the speed holes are a deal killer for me. Yeah, see, speed holes don't bother me. Seems Logical said, I like Metal Complex, but don't enjoy his lives as much. Too many people only show up for the giveaways. Kind of ruins the vibe. Dude, he gets like 2,000 people on there. You do a super chat and it goes, swoop. Ratter said, a couple of those new knives, new Kaisers, I really liked. Jesse is a large, young man. The material looks awesome. Oh, I hear the pitter patter of freshly washed feet. Come up, Bubby. Come up here. Come on. Hi, Bubby. Sever said, will you ask Kaiser to make the original 2 and a frame lock? Ooh, boy, the original 2 and a frame lock would be a winner. That'd be a complete win. The land where questions go to die, said Dog One. The star of the show. Got myself a Kaiser Pokemon and like it a lot, said Gizmo. Yeah, the Pokemon's really good, dude. Jim Miller said, banged up and tired, Rocky. We have here a freshly laundered pup. He got a bath today. Both dogs got a bath today. He has 2 collars on right now. You all sounded like kids, Baird Carter said. He's just a puppy. You can tell he just woke up from a nap. He's got tired eyes because he's just a baby. He's just a puppy. Matt said, Brian F. Rumor must be getting wicked big by now. We have here a tired puppy. Just a baby. Pokemon's the Pokemon is a great EDC. The Pokemon and the Kaiser Original 2 are really nice. Top Dog said, I bet Bogey can't wait to run in the snow. Dude, his fur does a really good job. Snow doesn't really stick to his fur. He has, I don't know, it's almost wiry, but not. He has coarse hair. And the only place when I bring him in after he's been out there a while is I just need to get the snowballs out of his pads, and I dry his paw pads. But other than that, he got all groomed today. He looks so tired. He's just a tired puppy. He's just a tired puppy. He's just a baby. Just a baby. How old is he? My wife loves seeing him. He'll be 3 in April. He's just a puppy. Hey, all, great to be live in the hive with you. What's up, old man on the ridge? How you doing, man? Puppy, what do you think about this knife right here? What do you think about that one? He's literally wanting to lay back and take a nap on me. Now he's wagging his tail. He is my lap dog. He's such a good puppy. He's such a good puppy. Hi, everyone. He's just a baby. He's just a puppy. Oh, yep. You're just a puppy. I know. Yes, you're just a puppy. You're just a puppy. Oh my! Where are you going? Where are you going? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh! What are you doing? Oh. Was that my microphone? Where's my mic? Dude, where'd my mic go? Since this microphone. Just got home from a retirement party. Unfortunately, not mine, said Bowtie Jason. Mic drop, literally, Gabe. It was definitely a real mic drop. Top Dog said, hey, Mr. Beez, with all the cool knives tonight, do you have a tack knives sun spear handy? Yeah, that's what I was trying to show you. Yeah, he was trying to crawl into my soul. You want to come back up? What do you want to do? You don't know what you want to do you? Freshly washed dogs are the best. My girl showers with me every day. Dog one said, yeah, he's all nice and slick and clean. Dude, aren't these sold out? I believe they're sold out. If you got one, you know what I'm talking about. This was a steal. Such a good deal. Tack knives is going places, I'm telling you. Have you been flipping some Remettes tonight, said Bowtie Jason? Yeah, I was showing this one earlier. I think it was really smart of them to do the aluminum version. So now that people that like gravity knives can get in on the swordfish. Here's the blue. But, $100 cheaper than the titanium version. You can get all the different colors and all the different inlays and all that good stuff. Here is a link if you're interested. They have several different variants That's one variant. Here's another variant, kind of the rose gold pattern. This one has the carbon fibre. Bowtie said, yes, I think the bronze with the green carbon inlay. Yeah, there's different colors. Bradley said, I might get that one in a couple months. I like it. The Sun Spear. The Sun Spear is like a great everyday carry. And I like the button on it. It's a top liner lock. Soggy Bada said, I've been eyeing the Remette Cool Whale lately. That's a nice one. Twisted Drag said, nice, I made it. Dude, I'm glad that everyone is here. It's too bad that MC didn't have his live stream a little earlier because you guys all missed. We had 2 guests on. We had Ryan Rimmer from Luft Concepts and Jesse Pauley from Caveman EDC, who both designed 2 concept knives. And we had a lot of fun talking to them. Lee Ward said, yeah, watched Beez on the Melissa Backwoods video as well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, got to hang out with some really cool people at SHOT Show. Got to hang out with Gecko Customs and Vu. The Cool Whale is an excellent knife. Great acoustics, said James. So Beez made it on Melissa Backwoods. Oh, yeah, she was asking me about knives. That's right. I remember. She was... she was like, all you got to do is this, and I'm like, oh yeah, I got it, don't worry. James said the Cool Wheel. Let's see. Lion said I was bouncing back and forth. Luft and something has some amazing knives. Luft and Richard Meyer said I ordered one tonight with the traditional carbon fibre for 132 and bought the extra green carbon inlay for $10. Oh yeah, $10, dude. When I saw that, I was like, that's a really good deal. You can get the different carbon inlays, carbon fibers for $10. That's pretty cool. Make it a little more custom to your color. Thomas said I saw Beez in the back of Jared Neve's video. Oh yeah, we had all the YouTubers coming to the Remette booth. Don and Chris said we want a Pez knife. Dog One said I like the guest thing. It could be a weekly segment. Lufthansa Beez. Baird Carter said you are the boss, Beez. I don't know about that, bro. Bionic said left, I meant. Yeah, I was talking earlier about so many of the gun guys when they came to the booth and they saw this sitting there. They just figured it was an OTF. They know what OTF is. They'd push the button and nothing would happen. And they would look at it. I would say, it's a gravity knife. And they'd go like this. And they'd be like, oh. And they just keep doing it. It is kind of addictive. And the sound is very satisfying. Hear that? It sings. And then they were enamored with the locking system, which is pretty cool. Very nice. Very, very nice. Lufthansa is an airline. Oh, fun fact. The boss bee is always the queen. Yeah, it does have a nice sound. Bio, I knew what you meant. Timing. Remette really, really knocked it out of the park 100% with their booth. Their booth was gorgeous. Their designs were perfection. Thank you, Milan Labe. Me and Vu did that. Thank you very much. We spent hours setting up that entire booth. I'll share from start to finish. I'll just show you a beginning picture, what it looked like when we got there, and then what it looked like when we were done. It was quite the transformation, and it wore us out. We didn't do anything that night because it was a lot of work. So this is what it looked like when we got there. Big crates. No, this isn't what it looked like when we got there. See these cabinets? These cabinets were over here. We moved the cabinets. But there was this big box here. You can see that there's no displays in the background. These cabinets were actually all sitting here askew, and we had to drag them over to here and line them up. So that's the start of the process. And then this is when we're still setting up. There's Vu. We had all those boxes to unpack and all that stuff, and by now we had a couple tables up. It took a few hours to get all this done, and just the traveling from the parking place with all the stuff all the way through the Venetian, all the way to the back where we were in the big showroom. Just the walking was crazy. Let's see. I waited. So here's when we're getting the knives put in the booth. And you don't just throw the knives out there. You have these knife rolls, and you have to figure out what knives should go where and where they're going to be. And then this is what it looks like before we put up the big backdrops that you have to put together. So I took this picture. This is when we were getting there. We were working on it. We were getting there. And then we putting up the backdrops. That was an adventure. They were pretty big. Hold on. Let's see. Stand by. And I'll show you what it looks like when we were just about completely done. There's me and Vu this is what it looked like when you walked up to the booth. Let me try to get the light to come on, light. There you go. So that's when we were about done. We still had to organize the knives. We organized the knives a lot more. These things were like, I don't know, 10 feet. I don't know how tall they were, 10 feet tall. Those big display things. We had to put them together. And this was before we were done. This is when we had the general display. It looked a lot better the next morning. We finished it up, but we were about wore out at this point. When I took this picture, it was probably 9 o'clock at night, and we were both tired. Yeah, setting up for a booth is no joke. It's no small task. But it was really nice. It was a nice setup. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work too. And then I have something else to show you guys that I think you might enjoy. Just a couple quick clips for you. Here is this guy in his element. Here's Bogart. You can see him bounding through a foot of snow. He was out there chasing birds. Look at him wading through the snow. Bogey, like you would swear he's a husky. He was out there stalking birds. Dog One said, that's a great job, the booth. Setting up a booth's good work, good workout. Oh, yeah. Thomas said, I hope to get that opportunity one day. I would love the chance to go and set a booth up for a company. Sounds like crazy fun. It's a lot of work. It's more work than you'd think. Hoping to make it to Xander Stovall said, hoping to make it to Atlanta Blade Show. He's a snow tank. Yeah, he is, dude. I mean, he is so in his element in the snow. Let's see. I have another video here of him playing around. Here he has. Let's see. He even marks his snow territory. Look at his nose. He goes around plowing through. I mean, there's no stopping. He has so much fun. Look at him. See where I went through and I made paths with the snowblower so they could walk through the paths. He didn't walk on the paths a whole lot. I think this is when I got him to come inside. Okay, let me show you another one real quick since this is fun. Here we go. He just, the only thing is it's been difficult to get him inside because he just loves the snow so much. And he's been trying to, the snow made it taller, and he realized he's taller, closer to the squirrel hole in the tree. He's been trying to get in the tree. He didn't care. He just plows through it. He's a snow dog. Look at him. He's just loving life. Twisted Drag said might be going to Blade Show Texas in Fort Worth in March. Yep, he's just a pupper's in his element. Raybo said I have a couple tenable knives to review this weekend. Very nice. TJ Sonier said, when it comes to acoustics, my Infinite Charlie Seabream is so unique. The Kronos Brazen does not sound great, but the Vosteed Martin 330, oh my. Yeah, we'll be at Blade. Listen, if you can make it to Blade Show Atlanta somehow, you know, go with a couple of your friends, meet up, do an Airbnb or something. Blade Show Atlanta is just so awesome, so cool. Milan Lave said that's adorable. He was a husky. You would swear he's a husky. I've never seen a dog love snow so much. The big guy, not so much, but him, he just loves the snow so incredibly much. It's crazy. He loves it. He spends so much time out there. Like you can't get him to come in. Like I'll look out there and I'll say, you want to come inside? And he won't even look over like, dude, I'm stalking the squirrel right now. His face is always covered in snow because he digs through the snow. Atlanta is still pretty far from doable, said El Medicine. 15-hour drive for Cody. Atlanta is a great time. The aquarium is awesome, Soggy Bottom said. The tenable heron looks nice. It is. The tenable heron's really nice. There's the heron. Raybo said, I'll definitely be at Blade Show Atlanta this year. Sweet. Beez, have you taken the gravity knife apart yet? No, I have not. You can make an igloo in there, Beez. The neighbor kids, I think they might have finally been successful at making one. No, I haven't taken the gravity knife apart. I don't get to play with knives as much as I would like to, as far as taking them apart and stuff. Already have it requested off, and I will be there. Shaw Matt's going to be there. Soggy Bottom said, are the dates out for Blade Show? Yeah, the dates for Blade Show are the same every year. It's the first weekend in June. If you just look up just Google Blade Show Atlanta 2026, boom, you'll be right there. You'll see it. The dates are going to be February, March, April, May, June. They're going to be June 5, 6, and 7. On Sunday, Sunday, you don't get to see as much because it doesn't go as late. And some of the places have already sold the knives they brought with them and stuff. And some of them pack up early. But Friday and Saturday, you need more than one day if you're going to see everything. If you only go to Blade Show for one day, you will not get to see everything. There are 900 exhibitors. Ed's Blade said Atlanta Cutlery is a pretty cool place to stop by. They know if they look at you, they get in trouble for not listening. They play, I can't hear you. Is it spring or side spring loaded, said Knife Monkey. I don't know. Milan Lave said, he's like, no, Dad, I'm in the trenches of the squirrel wars of 2026. I know, dude. I want him to someday get that squirrel. I mean, he lays low and he wants to get that squirrel so bad. You can see him out there. He's trying to be, he's like a crocodile, just trying to show above the trench that I made. I went through with the snowblower and made a trench. What's up, Gareth? You need 4 days to see a fraction of Blade Show, said Jim Miller. I heard Blade Show West is easier, Thomas Gates. I've heard Blade Show West is considerably smaller than Blade Show Atlanta. There he is. As far, I had to zoom way out to get him. You can see the snow all over him. He's like, what? I'm not coming in, bro. Just, oh, kid in a candy store. Looks like such a young pup in that picture. Yeah. He just loves it. Cloud Dancer said, I lost my fur baby of 10 years, 10 and a half years. The vet gave a dangerous med called steroids. Do not give that med to any of your animals. I'm crushed. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. There are 3 blade shows, Atlanta, Texas, and Salt Lake City, said Seems Logical. Ken Faulkner said 125 days, 9 hours, 30 minutes, and 18 seconds until Blade Show Atlanta. Are the tickets out yet, or do they wait until Texas is done and that's when they start selling? Because I've had we've had our hotel booked for a couple months at this point, I think. How much moolah should we take the Blade Show? That is going to be up to your discretion. How much moolah you take the Blade Show, because it's all there. I mean, that is the premier, the biggest Blade Show, right? Ken said no tickets yet. Yeah, I think they wait until just after Blade Show Texas, maybe not. Where's this Blade Show? Cloud Dancer, it's in Atlanta, Georgia. It's the first weekend in June every year. Over 900 exhibitors, and it is. The thing is, everybody there has something in common. They're all knife nuts, right? Like everyone's friendly to everyone else. It's just so much fun. You can spark up a conversation with anyone. Big Bad John gifted 5 beezblades memberships with a super chat. Big Bad John. Let's see who got them. Super Steel, Monster Hunter, Gone Fishing, Going Nuclear, Tijso 30, Sinful Cold Cuts. All received memberships from Big Bad John. Seems Logical said Blade Show happens in Atlanta, Cobb Galleria specifically. Dog One said $3,000 ballpark. Bring your sugar mama, said Andy. Yeah. What's up, Jay Foss? FZ Toy said Blade Show would probably be the only reason I would ever need to travel to Atlanta. On the Edge said, oh dang, we'll be in the middle of the stock car season about then. Dude, Blade Show Atlanta is just so fun. We go there, we get there on Thursday afternoon. And we get back to the hotel late at night, take a shower, go to bed, get up, and go back to Blade Show. You leave Blade Show, you go out to eat with friends, or you go to an event, and then you get back and you go to bed. So me and Mrs. Beez, we're there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we blink, and it's Monday morning. It goes by so incredibly fast. It is unbelievable. We have zero downtime. We go to a Wee Knife event one night. We go to a Kaiser event another night. We do a live stream typically. We've done a live stream every year that we've gone to Blade Show. Maybe not the first one because I wasn't doing lives. I just started into knives. I was only into knives like a few months, and I went to Blade Show because I heard about it. Richard Meyer with a $5 hair super chat. Gareth has been a member for 26 months with a super chat. He said, y'all rock. Keep sharp, and don't forget to flying kick, slap, headbutt the like button. Thank you, Gareth and Richard. Logical said, Raybo, if you can get the Westerly Hotel, that would be the on-site hotel, but it's usually booked up a year in advance. Airbnb is the best if you're looking to be frugal. Jim Miller said, I usually walk 4 miles at Blade Show. Yeah, you can put some miles on your feet, without a doubt. I love getting I love getting the chance to see Jim and see all the regular folks. And each year I get to see new people that I know your screen name. And now I get to put your real face with the screen name. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I know you, but I don't know you, but I know you, right? Dog One said, I remember last year. Great. 4 miles uphill in the snow both ways. Absolutely. Because that's how it goes. Going over some of the knives that we checked out in the last week. Yeah, wear comfortable shoes. Pinrose knives. Where have they been hiding? What's this all about? We got a Pinrose here. They did a really good job on the milling. Look at the milling work on that titanium. Look at that. This is the Odorita. by Pinrose, and I have a 10% discount code, which is now on your screen. This is that version, and then there's a black version here. Put some light on it so you can see the milling. This is black titanium, D-shaped pivot. Really nice. Very nice. Let's see, what does it say there? Can we see M390 blade steel? Nice looking knife. Cody said it would take me a year or more in advance to be ready to go and prepared for it. One of these days I'll make it to Blade Show, Texas, said BK. Bring water and snacks. They also do have a place in the back where you can get like hot dogs and pretzels and stuff like that. A little bit of macro milling. Wicked nice milling circles on that. Yeah, you can see them easier in my lighting on this version. Very satisfying to the touch. B Key, come on over to Texas, said people. Yeah, I'm going to have to make it to Texas one of these years. Chef Rocky said last year was my favorite year ever. My wife went with me and we met everybody and gave everybody hugs. Oh yeah, that was so cool. Mrs. Beez got to hang out with Mrs. Chef Rocky. That was really cool. And everybody always brings their knives to the pit. Chef Rocky always brings a whole plethora of knives for everybody to play with. Dog One said, if I did go to the show, I would have to have met everyone. Yeah, dude, you go to the show and that's where you find people. In the middle, in the evenings, everyone goes to, they call it the pit. It's the center of the hotel. And there's just tons of people all with their knife cases, flipping and flicking knives and drinking beer. People drinking and playing with knives. Where else is that okay? Dog One's going to Texas this year. And check this out. We checked this one out earlier, and this one is pretty nice. The Flightanium Theory. There's a link in your chat. Look at this dude. Look at that. Would you look at it? Just look at it. Look at that. The Theory. Soggy Bottom, it is. It's a really good time. This thing is so smooth. The pit, I'd be there. Love y'all, said Dog One. This is the Flightanium Theory. I don't think it's a theory. I think it's a fact at this point because I have it in my hand, right? Love that blade shape. BK said, just haven't been able to get away or save to come home with some goodies. I'm going shot for next year. Oh, my sweetness, that's a money maker there, said We the People. Stealth. Yeah, it's all blacked out. Logical said, I don't think I can afford more than one blade show. Otherwise, I would. Say hi to Jared, Kara, Cole, Kara 2, Ray, and then Kelly for me if you see them in Texas. Levi said, it's neat. They saved Arcform Designs. Flightanium got the Theory, and ProTech got the Slim Foot. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like that design. It's very nice. Very, very nice. You need a great big bag for swag. Oh yeah, there's all kinds of swag. That's Blade Show Atlanta is where I stock up on swag to last me the next year. Just so you know. What's another one? What's another one? Oh, this one came out today. This new dude from Vero, a more affordable Vero. You know, Veros usually are what, around $400, something like that. I think these are under $2. And what is this? 20 CV blade? Let's look. Let's take a quick look here. Let's just take a quick look ski. Let's go to, let's see, right here. What's the blade steel? I've already forgotten because my brain is everywhere. S45VN blade steel. And are they still available? Yes, they are still available. This is the dark mode version from Blade Binge. There's a link in the chat. And then if you want to see all the other versions of the Avid 2, here are 6 variants. Here's a link to 6 the other variants right there. Both links are in your chat. This is the shop. Look, there's the Tri-Stash. This is the Blade Binge shop. And then we can go over to, oh, you're not seeing it. You guys weren't even seeing what I was looking at. That's what happens. Made in the USA, EDC accessories, budget friendly. The Avid 2. Even the titanium one is priced well, said Ratter. There's a Kershaw a CQC 6K. That has the wave feature. I've never seen that one before. Victorinox Climber Swiss Army knife, $180. Winter Magic limited edition. Wow. There's the SNK exclusive Dodo. Notorious EDC Baby Bomb. Open L limited edition. Hi, puppy. Hello, puppy. Seems Logical said, I can't not say Blade Binge without doing a Love Them Knives impression. Swiss Army Mini Champ. Wow, that's fancy. The Avid 1 blade style is more my style, said Ratter. Ooh, Kunwu. There's someone in the chat that just loves Kunwu or Kunwu. Brian F., it's his favorite. There's the Carson. Vosteed Raccoon, $65. Hey, you know what? This is one that they discontinued, but that's a really good knife. The Civivi Imperium. It's like a perfect everyday carry. It's the perfect size. It's lightweight, has a really good blade shape. It's more of a, slimline classic style. Oh, there you go. CJRB Pyrite Light Glow. $80. Justin Pauly said the Kunwu Gringo Vertilock. TJ Sonier said, I bought a lot of knives from Love Them Knives. Beez, how is SHOT overall, bro? SHOT Show was good. I didn't really see a whole lot. I spent 95% of my time at our Remette booth. So, I mean, it was a work. There wasn't really any downtime. You'd sit down for about 5 minutes and then you'd get back up. Someone would come up, I'd be talking to someone. Vu would be talking to someone. And Steven was there from Gecko Custom Knife Work. He was there with his new design that Remette OEM'd. QSP Grebe button lock pocket knife. Raffir resin glow in the dark. Ooh, that's cool. Cateau Griffin. Jesse said, do I smell Brian? Shaw Matt said, I have so many pay in for the Christmas sales. I have to be really good right now. The Emerson is the Kershaw version. They recently reintroduced it. Beez, do you own any of Jared's knives? Yes, I have one of his knives, the Wii Inmate. I own that one. That's the only one I have of Jared's knives. The KB Bluff. So Blade Binge, I'm going to be doing some more shopping videos for Blade Binge and see if we can find any stuff to buy for giveaways. I think that's a fun idea, a fun concept or fun concept. Shaw Matt said, I love the Pyrite Light. Logical said, I have the Grebe knife. It's a cool one. You got to shine a flashlight on it to glow in the dark. Boy, I tell you what, Brian F., I think he might have went to bed already. But he makes some, I don't know where he gets his glow in the dark material, but that stuff is like, wow. It's like super glow in the dark. Larry said, I have the Inmate, the Offender, and the Misdemeanor. Zender said, I got my Kubi Cave from Blade Binge last week. The concealable sheath system is too cool. Rory just bought the glow-in-the-dark CJRB Gobi and has to say the glow is incredible. Way better than the glow-in-dark stuff of yesteryear. We the people said that is a great idea. The Blade Binge giveaway. Josh said Baker 19. Mitten State said friends don't let friends conwoo. That's funny. Oh, that's great. TJ said was just looking at that goby. Carried my misdemeanor this week, said Kevin. No, wait. Not the misdemeanor. I don't have that one. Sorry, said Larry. I have the misdemeanor because it was sent to me by we. I did review one of Jared's earlier knives. It was in a pass around. It might have been his first one. Josh said, Beez, you the man. Man, thanks, man. No, the puppy is whining. I think he has to go to the bathroom. It has radium handles. Yeah, handles that glow in the dark even when they don't have a flashlight shined on them. Look at that dude. I'm wondering whether I should let the puppy out or not. I don't want him to have an accident. Let's see what we're going to give away tonight. Let's see. What do we have here? Oh. Let's see what we got here. We have these. Ay. Let's see. I'm looking in the giveaway box. If anyone wants to send in a knife to give away, ooh, that one's neat. It's a nice sin cut. I don't remember what it's called, but that is a hollow ground blade. We'll put that in a giveaway. And then what do we have here? Ooh, that's nice. And I don't know what this is, but we'll put that in there. I'm getting low on giveaway knives, people. I might have to do something. Let's see. There's an extra. What's this? Oh, there we go. There's 3 knives, and yeah, my eyes are tired. Dog 1 said misdemeanor ? Who let the dogs out? Beezblades. Who let the dogs out? I let the dogs out. I literally have a t-shirt that says I let the dogs out. FZ said almost midnight on the East Coast, but hanging in there. Yep, same here. Sexy, but have a misdemeanor. Okay, gang, time to send some knives for giveaways. Yeah, my light died. Didn't even notice that. My mailing address is in the description of and in the pinned comment of every long form video that I post. So if you want to send any knives for giveaways, by all means, please do. What's in the showcase showdown, Bob? Jim, Neves has been doing a pretty great job. A lot of opportunities. All right, let me show you what we're giving away. I'm going to do a swag pack. I'm not going to get the swag pack together tonight like I normally do. Everybody make sure that you have went and commented on the comment video. I'll put the comment video up in the chat right now, just in case you haven't got to comment yet. There it is. About to start some tea and work on sharpening my Kaiser Smolt, said Hempblah. Very nice. Very, very nice. The Beezblades email seems logical. Thank you very much, kind sir. Dog 1, you need to get a Saxy. A lot of knife channels are making great knives, or it's just me being a knife nut, said Dog 1. Oh yeah, man. Neves and Lefty. Gosh, man. Lefty and Colin Mason Pierre. Those guys are just literally on fire, like lava fire, the way they put out knives. Oh my gosh. And TriStash puts out, and then Stas has put out a couple. I will one of these days, maybe. Refresh if you haven't already. Oh yeah, good thought, Dawn. This thing is like a freight train. I think it's kind of like a mix between a train and a sperm whale. That blunt nose on it. A more affordable Vero. Logical said, I don't think any of the influencer knives have been flops. They know their stuff. The tip broke, said General Zod. You know, I guess, let's see. You could modify it. It would look kind of funny if you did. I could make it. No, that'd be weird. Remember, the winner must lift with their legs when attempting to. Just a minute. Hello. Let's see. Where do you plug this thing in at? I don't know. Can you guys hear me? Hold on. Let's see. Communications. Loud and clear. You can hear me now. Reloaded the video because I thought it was me. Okay, so as long as you guys can hear me, that's good. Testing. Okay, it's coming through somewhere. As long as it's working. Okay, good. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I forgot my my mic. I didn't have the receiver plugged in charging like I normally do. Did you get all the cussing out? Exactly. Your lips move, but I can't hear what you're saying. Okay, here we go. Let's see. It's 11:53. Okay. Let's show this dude right here. I'm not going to do the whole swag layout like I normally do because, well, we're just not going to do that tonight. Don't worry. There'll be a bunch of swag involved. Don't you worry. I picked out 3 knives here, 3 random knives. Let's see. Where's my reading glasses? Yeah, it did get a little lower, but it sounds fine. Okay, as long as you can hear me. That'll work for the last few minutes of the show. We know your swag packs are full fire, said people. Thanks, dude. I do take pride in my swag packs. Use this little dude here. It was fun having a couple guests on tonight. This was the first time that either one of them have done a live stream. So I was there first. That was cool. If you're just getting in here, we had Ryan Rimmer from Luft Concepts on tonight, and then we had Jesse Pauley from Caveman EDC, who both designed a knife for Concept, the Caveman and the QTRO. So, okay, here we go. So here is button lock, very slick, sleek, and slender looking button lock. I have been comfortably numb. FZ Toy said you should try a live stream with guests at least out 3 other month if you could. That's pretty good. That's I can't remember what the name of this one is, but it is pretty good. I like the looks of it. It's very sleek and slender. Kind of has that what do you call that? Kind of has that lava flow look to it. It's a Lothar. It's a dagger, someone said. This is a pretty good looking knife. I believe this is 14C. Let's see. Yes, this is 14C 28N. So 14C, nice looking knife. So there's the first one in this giveaway. I meant to say every other month. Voice to text sometimes really stinks. Yeah. Yeah, I should have guests on every once in a while. But, you know, like I was saying earlier, when I have guests on, I don't get to interact with you all. And, you know, like tonight, we didn't do a pocket check. We didn't do a birthday check. We didn't do a pizza check. I enjoy all of those things too. So it's maybe we'll figure it out every once in a while. We'll do a okay. There's the first one. I'm going to put that back in the box. That way, after the live stream, I don't have to pack stuff up because I'm going to go upstairs, take my contacts out, eat another piece of pizza. We had some kind of pizza tonight. I don't remember what was on it, Bavarian beef or something like that. We had Donato's. It was really good. Milan said, love that presentation. It's nice to have guests every now and then, but the original Hive is always live, said people. Pizza. I like hearing the inner dope on knife designing from anybody you pick. Yeah, it was here. It was neat. What is this? This is a Ned Foss. So we have a Lothar and a Ned Foss so far. Oh, yeah. Mrs. Beez has one of these. Can't remember the name of this one. Look, well, we accidentally picked 2 designs with red. How about that? This is a nice little EDC. It reminds me a lot of the Elementum. It's a button lock, has a flipper. It's aluminum handles. This is a comfy knife. Ramsey Silence said, sorry, just got home from dropping off brother and making dinner. Oh, yeah. You know what, Soggy Bottom? It does. It does have Syncut Scepter vibes. Somewhere between a Syncut Scepter and a Civivi Elementum. It's actually very comfortable. They did a great job on the scales. Their chamfering is more crowned than it is a square. It's rounded. So the scales are very comfortable. It actually is really, and they did a good job on the jimping too. You know, Lothar and or Ned Foss, they've come a long way. There's the scales, and you can't really tell, but the edges of them are nice and rounded off. They're very, very comfy. Dog One said 1 hour and 3 is the recipe. Hey, did you see what I did? Gunner said, a buddy of mine who is new in Pew journalism gets his entire calendar of work scheduling during SHOT Show. All the reviews, all the endurance tests, interviews scheduled, etc. Wow. Christopher Wheeling said, scale pattern reminds me of Keith Haring's art. Texture vision. Beez, you're right. They've come a long way up the gas station knife. They make good stuff now. Yeah. Well, I remember the first Ned Foss or 2 that I reviewed, I took them apart, and my goodness, were they rough, like burnt ends and stuff like that. And then now they're making good pocket knives. The blade steel on this, I think, is 14C. Let's see what it says. Yeah, look at that, 14C. This is the Fortune, the Ned Foss Fortune, 14C. So both these knives have 14C. The first Lothar knives were primitive. Then they weighed a ton. You're right. They did. They did weigh a ton. Oh my gosh. They were heavy. They were all steel. I don't know what the blade steel was, but Yeah, I would take them apart, and the steel on the ends looked burnt. Hi, puppy. The first Lothar, yeah. Gimler, so true. The D2, yeah. All right, and here's the third knife. It's in a Civivi pouch, but it is a sin cut. What's up, Metal? I can't remember the name of it, but I really like this one. I like the slender design. It has a hologram blade from Sencut. It's a pink one. So if you're comfortable in your masculinity, this is going to be 9CR18 MOV. I like the blade on it. You could actually, if you didn't like the pink, it'd be easy to do a dye job on it, make it look like something else if you wanted to. Very comfortable. Nice little slim knife. Pretty nice. Ostap Hell design. It's a nice pink pocket poker, baby. It's a pink sin cut. Abby Normal's like, what you got going on there? It's warming up a bit. There's currently no degrees here. For my caregiver, if I win, said Jesse. All right, so I will put a swag pack with it. And we're gonna pick a winner because I think Bogart's about to poop his pants. Give me just a minute, dude. Give me just a couple minutes. What is today's date? January 30, 2026 giveaway. All right. So I got to pull up the giveaway video real quick. We go find that. Comment video. There we go. Copy. Whew. Yeah, it definitely makes it, it's a whole different profile when I have guests on. It throws me off just a little bit. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. It makes the time go by really fast, just like the time always goes by fast. YouTube random comment picker. There we go. Any patches, Beez? Oh, yes. I'm going to have patches. I'm going to be getting some beezblades patches. I just roundhouse kicked the like button. I hope that's okay, said people. Hologram makes up for masculinity, said Shaw. Oh, that's great. All right, let's see. Share screen. YouTube random comment picker. Twisted Drag said, love me some patches. What am I looking for here? Here we go. All right. Yo, I need a Beez patch from Patch Wall, said Big Bad John. Dude, we're getting there. I've been talking with somebody. I'm going to get some patches made. Don't you worry. All right, can you guys see what I'm seeing? Yes, you can. Okay, let's put in the link. And go down here, 90 seconds, get the comments. All right, ready? Get this centered and said Ratter. You can go to my in my videos. I have a shop, my YouTube shop. So, like, if you go watch one of my long form videos and you click on the shop, you can go there and buy a sticker. We're working on getting it where you can get any of the blade stickers. We're behind on that. We have like 9 stickers at this point. 9 beezblade stickers, I believe. Knife Monkey said, Beez, when are you going to design a beezblade knife? I don't know, man. At this point, I'm thinking when I retire in 3 years or more, I'm not sure. Maybe it'll hit me someday. Denton State Modder said it isn't wise to question what's best dealer if you look at a knife, be it pink or not. Yeah, there you go. Ratter said, I forgot you had a shop. Always looking at the links for knives. There's not a whole lot in the shop. I mean, there's a lot of stuff with beezblades on it. Sweatshirts, hoodies, hats, gloves, stuff like that. Beez, do you have any recommendations for aftermarket scales? Looking for something for my gecko. I know Flightanium has some good stuff. Audio erratic, Beez. As good as I have right now, man. Medicine said the winner is picked KR9. KR Knife Review. Are you in here? The timer is now being started right now. Are you still in here, KR Knives? That's the question. He said, I'm here. Congratulations. Swing. Dude, do you know what to do? I think you do. I know you've been in here. Email me, beezblades@gmail.com. Screenshot of your YouTube login page so I know it's you. KR Knives. Dude, congratulations, man. And then also your mailing information. Many folks will email me, a screenshot, and they'll be like, dude, this is awesome. And they forget to send me their mailing info. I'm like, hey, man, where do you want me to send it? So don't forget that part. Ill Knife said, nice. KR Knives follows me. Dude, congratulations. Well, it's been a lot of fun, folks. The puppy has to go to the bathroom, and I'm going to take my contacts out. Y'all, please stay warm and safe. Yeah, stay warm. Enjoy the snow if you're a snow enjoyer. Otherwise, stay in and don't enjoy it. I'm about to let little dude out here to go play in the snow a little bit. But I love you guys. I can't wait to see you next week. We have a lot to talk about, a lot of catching up to do. We still have a lot of catching up to do. Be prepared to let me know what knives you're looking forward to get, what new knives you got, what you're flipping and flicking. So remember, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.